Welcome back to Iron Fang Invasion. Last time we left off, we finished up the War Summit of Nirmathos, and it had a bit of a tense ending as a traitor was discovered amidst the participants, and there was some accusations thrown between Gossamer and as she attacked Sirdak, thinking that he was the one who leaked the information about the Fey attack on the Onyx Tower in the Fangwood. But you all managed to calm her down and take your time to think about what was going on, interrogate Sirdak a little bit, find that he was under some enchantment spells. You dispelled those and talked to him, and he recalled being questioned by the dwarf, Obsic Shalehammer. So you all went to speak with him, he had run out of the chamber when Gossamer attacked, and you found him in his room outside of the War Summit chamber in a separate building in the fort. But it wasn't long before you realized that the Obsic you were talking to was just an illusion, an image that he had left behind. And that's when he revealed to you that he had swiped the Sardonyx shard off Oran and was demanding a truly unruly sum of gold to give it back to you. But you ultimately decided that it was too important an artifact to risk losing, and so you met with him with the desired amount of gold and made a trade, and he was good on his word that he did give you or direct you to the map, which then directed you to the actual Sardonyx shard. But in that time, he left, nowhere to be seen again. And you'll probably never see him. He got away scot-free and will live the rest of his life in luxury. After you returned back to Fort Travale with the Sardonyx shard, you made plans for an attack on the Legion. You ultimately decided to have a simultaneous attack on all 4 of the known towers, your allies that you had managed to gather. Each of them are able to take out a different tower. Catcher Sabine can take out the one in Multhune, Sirdak can take out the one in the south, Gossamer the one in the Fangwood, and so on. But before doing the attack, you had to give a little bit of time just for people to get into position, because at least in the case of the southern tower, it would take quite some time before they would be able to arrive. So in the meantime, you decided to scout out Phaendar, and you were only able to give maybe 30 to 40 minutes of time to really look around, but Kieran, invisible and flying, did get a little bit of information and managed to drop the cat's eye gem into the fort to see if you guys would be able to gather any information from that. And that's where we left off last session. That's where we will pick up this time. So, almost a full week passes after your observation of Fort Phaendar. During that time, your allies position themselves for their simultaneous attack on the Onyx Towers. General Lord Catcher Sabine musters her forces in Multhune. Gossamer leads the Fey in the Fangwood, bolstered by a few select rangers. Sirdak charges south with a cavalry from Lastwall, and the 4 of you march on Fort Phaendar with the majority of the remaining might of Nirmathos. However, before these attacks commence, you do have 6 opportunities to spy on the Legion in Phaendar through Oran's crown. Most of the times that you do this, as far as my understanding is correct, you can do it once per day. So most of the times that you do this, you just kind of pick up on wasted, aimless conversation between hobgoblin soldiers. It doesn't really yield much intel, except for the 4th day, in which you do learn something. In fact, you learn quite a bit. You find that the various commanding officers of Phaendar work in the Onyx Tower itself in shifts, normally once or twice a week each. On this day, the 4th day that you attempt to scry in, or using clairaudience, clairvoyance, Your timing is particularly fortunate. It's the early morning and you catch the commander that picked up the gem. You catch him making his way to the Onyx Tower. It is his day of doing whatever it is they do in there. So, Oran, you're able to kind of peer through his eyes and hear everything around him because he is carrying the gem, so he is essentially the magical sensor from which you are viewing the world. And you learn through his eyes the maps and such, the intel that he's looking at in the Onyx Tower. It's something like a war council that seems to be going on there. You learn that there are regularly scheduled openings in the Onyx Tower that is initiated by the central hub itself. You know that with the Onyx Shard in your possession, the people in the towers, they can't open the stone road back to their central hub. They need that Onyx Shard to do that. But the central hub can open roads to the material plane. It's like a one-way connection sort of a deal. So there are regularly scheduled openings that are initiated from the other side. In other words, when the stone road is closed, the people on the material plane, the Legion on the material plane, have no means of requesting reinforcements or sending word of attack until the next time it is opened. And these intervals are roughly twice per day, once in the early morning and once in the late evening. And it's during these times that a great number of soldiers pass through the stone road in either direction. Some are sent to relieve people at the fort. Other people at the fort leave to go elsewhere. So there's a big transition of supplies and soldiers during these two periods of time. But every time other than those two, it's essentially an isolated fort with no means of communication outside of it. So that's one big piece of information that you do learn or confirm, is the schedule that goes on there. In addition, as you're looking through this commander's eyes, you basically get to see a incomplete map of the tower itself because you're watching him walk through it. So let me move over to that map and I'll actually describe some stuff for you here. Again, reiterating some of the external descriptions here, and then adding in more that I didn't give before. The Onyx Tower is 65 feet tall, and as you see the interior through this gentleman's eyes, this commander, this dapper hobgoblin fellow, you see that the interior ceilings of the Onyx Tower are about 15 feet high. So they're pretty decently high, the interior ceilings are. And it looks like there's probably a fairly complex array of rooms in the tower. It's not just like a central area and then stairs going up. Like it is that, but there's also rooms throughout the whole place. So it's more than just like what you'd think of a fort tower on like a castle where there's really nothing there. It's just a means to go up and down. There's actual rooms in the Onyx Tower here. The tower's walls appear to be magically treated hewn stone. As a dwarf, you are pretty keen on the kind of stonework that you're looking at, so it's not hard for you to determine that information. It is incredibly sturdy, this composition here, and each of the rooms that you see are barred with an iron door and closed, presumably locked. You don't know. It seems that this commander doesn't have any sort of key because he doesn't go to any of the doors except for one. There are no light sources within the tower that you can see. It seems that since, goblinoids rely on dark vision, they don't really need light inside the tower for short distance looking around. But the translucent nature of the tower's material makes it kind of refract light all around it, so that during daylight hours, even with no lights inside, every room is still illuminated with a dim light. Now let me start revealing the map here.
It's kind of neat that they just rely on their natural dark vision.
Yeah, which you'd probably be pretty used to as a dwarf. You probably do the same underground. So, the map here, you can see that there is a set of stairs. Well, I guess two sets of stairs that are they're not perpendicular, but they're going in opposite directions to meet up to a central platform, which then goes up a second flight of stairs perpendicular to the first two. And you can see there are fluttering red banners that flank these wide stairs before the tower gate up ahead. So I can show right there is the gate. And the steps here are actually quite large. It looks like they were probably built and spaced for like minotaurs and other large creatures that the Legion sometimes employs. So for medium and smaller creatures, this would probably be kind of rough terrain to try to climb these stairs easily. At the top of the stairs, as I said, there's a heavy iron gate, and it looks like it is, for the most part, normally closed, but there are 2 hobgoblins on the other side of it that can maneuver a winch to open it, and that's what they do for this commander in the morning as he arrives. And there's a sort of small little in-between room, you could say, where these 2 guards just kind of stand at watch all day long. And I'll actually put them on the map since you do see them. They're just kind of standing there, keeping watch.
It's nice of them to color code their armor so that we can distinguish which one is which.
Well, it's actually their headbands.
Oh, they've got red and blue headband? Okay.
Yep, they got different headbands,
Makes sense.
So as this commander is let in past the iron gate, there's a set of doors on the other side of this opening chamber, which he opens and enters into another room that I have to do more of a polygon reveal for because it's not as square as the rest of the buildings here. Oh, this is not great. This polygon is not my best polygon. This is a pretty bad polygon.
It's lumpy.
Yeah. So inside this next room, this seems to be the main chamber of the tower. You can see there are 4 glittering columns of glassy black stone that support the ceiling. And in this room, it's actually 30 feet up. So that opening chamber was 15 feet, but this one in particular is 30 feet high. You can see that there are 2 sets of doors on the, I guess as you're entering, it would be on the right side of the chamber. And there is an alcove on the left side of the chamber that goes up a set of stairs upwards. In the south of this room, the back, opposite of the entrance, there is just an elaborate arch of black stone that it just kind of enshrines a featureless wall at the back of this chamber. This hobgoblin commander doesn't really take much time to look around. He's been here plenty of times before. He makes his way towards the stairs and begins to ascend. And from there, you see this part of the map. I have to be very particular. Again, these are not my best polygons, but
I wonder if the goblin that killed Elwood is going to be here.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about the one that he fought in a duel and killed. But then I was like, oh, he did fight a second one, didn't he?
Yeah.
If you think about it, though, they probably have casters that can raise dead, so it wouldn't surprise me.
That's true.
We see Scarvinius again. Oh, would that be awful?
They actually raised Elwood, so he's on their side now.
Yeah.
But he's undead, so it's an undead Elwood.
Yeah.
I was just say they compelled him to come back and then killed him again, and then did that a couple of times.
Yeah.
It's canon.
So this hobgoblin commander goes up this set of spirally staircase up to presumably the second floor, but it looks like there's only 2 floors of this tower because the staircase goes up probably a good 40-45 feet before he gets to the next opening, the next room here. And it looks like it's just a simple little chamber. There's a door to the north, door to the east. There's a little glass that hangs from the ceiling on a chain that it looks like probably a continual light spell because you don't see any fire. It just kind of emanates a little bit of light like you would expect from a continual light spell. Actually, Oran, there's plenty of lights in Kragadan that would have to be continual lights, so it's actually not hard for you to identify that even without a spellcraft check. And he goes in the northern door. He does not make any movement for the door to the east, so you're not sure what that's all about. But in the door he does enter, you can see this is the room that the window opens up into. Kieran had saw a window on the outside of the tower. And in this room, it seems to be their, I guess, sort of war council room. There's a lot of paperwork in here, And you can see red banners hanging from the ceiling depicting a red toothy shield with the of the Iron Fang Legion, their symbol there. The table in the room's center is it has a tiny model of the countryside and various maps hanging from the walls. There's on the one side, the far side of the room, there's a dizzying array of crystalline circles and bars that cover the eastern wall. It's glowing in a soft green light. It looks like that might be the sort of control panel of the tower. It's almost impossible to get any idea of what's going on there, as this hobgoblin doesn't spend a lot of time looking at the wall. However, you do see a lot of other people in this chamber. So this right here is the hobgoblin commander. That's the guy that you're viewing from right there. And in this chamber, there's several other individuals that are all busy at work, either discussing strategies or drawing maps or, getting through all of their, reports that the scouts are giving them, all of that sort of thing. It's a lot of paperwork in this room. But on the far side, right next to the control panel, is this guy, whom none of you have seen before.
Yeah, never seen that one before.
At least none of your characters have.
Does he look roguish? Does he have a falcata or something that he might use? Scimitar?
He's not currently armed.
Oh, but he looks like that kind of guy.
He is a very lithe figure. One thing that you would know is that it's not a hobgoblin. It's a bugbear. And you have fought a bugbear before.
Scarvinius, yeah.
Scarvinius.
This is his brother.
It's his dad, Scabvinius.
Scabvinius.
Scabviston.
Scabviston.
Scabvinius. Scarvinius, son of Scabvinius.
Son of Scabvinius.
So you're only able to view 10 minutes at a time. So basically, by the time he gets into that chamber and you're able to view the area for a minute or two, your time is up already. You had to follow him, through on his way to the tower, through the opening, up the stairs and all that stuff. And so most of your time was just following him from waking up, getting to the tower. But he's pretty prompt about it. And that's all that you learn.
All right.
You get to see, it looks like this is probably half to 60% of the tower's interior, probably, that you're able to deduce from your scrying. I can reveal some more of the bottom floor because it's just external stuff.
It's fun to scry, isn't it?
So that is all of the information that you get, prior to your preparations for attacking the Fort Phaendar.
Charge!
And so, I believe we are fine with just going straight to the day of the event. You guys would probably meet up. Well, what's your plan? Would you be meeting up
it's a dangerous question,
the readout?
Jason, what's your plan? Dangerous question.
Well, it's like, are you going to go to one of the ranger readouts and go from there, or are you coming up with a signal or something, or are you just kind of waiting a little bit, like saying, Westland, have your guys, attack the patrols and then attack them at this time, and then we will wait for an hour and then we're gonna go in, or what's the game plan?
An hour seems like an awful long time.
I don't know, I was just throwing out a time period.
Yeah, I guess you want to have enough time so that they are distracted by Westland's guys, but an hour might be too much. Maybe half an hour,
half a
30
day.
minutes?
Half a day.
half an hour seems good to me.
Yeah.
Remind me, there was something important about the morning or the late, about changing shifts that might be in a convenient a time to launch assault.
So early morning and late evening is when the stone road opens from the tower to whatever central hub you know that they have all their forces at, right? It's the place that you can't get to without this shard or without waiting for one of these, particularly scheduled appointments. The main area of concern is that the people on the material plane without the shard cannot open a connection to the other side. They have to wait for the other side to initiate the opening, you could say. And that's when they move materials back and forth, soldiers, supplies, that sort of thing. So it's up to you on whether or not that would be a moment of opportunity or a moment of danger.
Well, I think I'm just brainstorming out loud, I'm open to other ideas. I'm thinking, if I'm understanding it correctly, immediately after one of those events would give us the most amount of time to wreak havoc, and they would not be reinforced for the however many hours until the next scheduled incident. So that would be our window of opportunity, are between these two things. We could think about maybe getting the jump on them after we've hopefully secured Phaendar and what that next check-in would look like, unless anybody has any other interpretation of that information or how we should make advantage of it.
I was thinking more doing it like 11 o'clock or noon.
At lunchtime?
Yeah. Well, when they were sieging Longshadow for the first few days, they didn't do anything during the day because of their light sensitivity. But until I think the last day when they did the last hoorah, but I mean, that would give us, I think, the best chance, and then with the worst penalties, I would imagine.
That would be between the two scheduled things, so that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when, I guess basically when it turns from being like, the morning sun and then it goes into, high noon. It doesn't have to necessarily be noon.
We would like the forces to be vanquished before their next scheduled visit, else we're going to have a host of more reinforcements to worry about.
Sure. But I mean, assuming that they do it around dusk, let's say 6, 7 o'clock. So if they do it 6, 7 in the morning and then every 12 hours, I mean, if we go to noon, I mean, do you think it's going to take more than 6 hours for us to get through?
Well, no, because combats are only like 60 seconds.
Right, you know what I
max,
mean? So it's like, that's why I'm thinking, I mean, yes, we're going to have time where we're probably going to have to go and do some searching, but at most, what's that, 30 minutes or so? And we have a good idea of the tower now because of...
I think a 2-hour window is more than enough time. I mean, we're really talking about a full blitz here where, demigods teleporting in and just...
Yeah, I'm just thinking that the time of the day gives us maybe the better chances until Jason says it's like a really cloudy, overcast day, and then it doesn't matter. But also, I think if you're waiting until they switch out, I don't know from a mechanic standpoint, but I would feel like that they're more refreshed and ready to charge because it's a brand new group of troops coming in and they're already ready to go. Whereas if you give them a few hours of, maybe they'll just be a little too relaxed.
That's true.
But hey, you guys are with the soldier profession. I don't know. I just tell tales.
Yeah, can we roll a soldier profession at all, Jace, to get some insight or gain a tactical advantage?
Sure, yeah. Anybody who wants to can roll a profession soldier.
Huzzah! That's what I have. Let me roll that for you. At a plus 18, so let's see how roll 20 fails me today.
You have a plus 18? I'll roll to aid.
Oh, that's not bad.
33.
I aid.
35.
Nice.
All right. So with the two of you combining your expertise in the art of warfare, you would know that attacking right when there's a shift change would be bad because you'd have twice as many troops to deal with, pretty much, because you've got the ones that haven't yet gone through and the ones that are currently coming out of the tower. However, right afterwards, that would be ideal because you'd have a lot of time. But one thing that you would also have to keep in mind is that the hours that they get back, like the hour or two right after the troops arrive, they would have to spend time going to their bunks, situating themselves. They would not be combat ready right away because they're coming through with like their, rucksacks and all that stuff with them. Like they've got supplies that they're dealing with. So a decent amount of the fort would be distracted with just logistical maneuvers right shortly after the arrival of more troops. So that would be a decent time to consider. On the other hand, attacking at noon would be nice because the hobgoblins have a weakness to bright light. However, counter to that, you would realize that, as Oran told you, the light inside the tower itself is dim because they don't have any lights in there. So if your plan is to blitz for the tower, really the time of day isn't going to matter.
Yeah. So all the more, and it seems like a moment of vulnerability too, shift changes, even in the modern world, the half-hour shift change is a tenuous hour in a lot of industries.
The main 2 points are, if you're planning on attacking elsewhere in the fort, during the day would be good because they don't like the bright light. But if you're going straight for the tower, you'd want it to be as, within that 30 to 60 minutes after a shift change, probably.
Well, and I was thinking more the bright light, not necessarily for us, but more for Westland and the other Rangers to have an advantage during their siege. I know mechanically it's not going to help us per se, but I don't know how well they do. Does that change the tide of war? Like if they're really kicking butt, is more troops going to have to be pushing out for it, etc. So I don't know.
You would, with that professional soldier role, you would realize that the outcome of Westland's troop heavily weighs on how quickly you're able to get the job done in the fort. If you guys mess up and they get a round of reinforcements or two, things will go bad very quickly. So like if you go in and attack and you get really messed up, you have to leave and rest. That's not good. It's possible you could do it, right? Like it's not like you don't have the option to retreat if things go south. It's just things are going to get ugly if you have to do that.
Oh yeah, we have to do this basically in one shot because if they know we're coming, I mean, I feel like they must know something's inevitable, especially with the attack that the Fae had. And the only reason I think they probably did what they did is because they were provided that insight. But I think it's going to be so much harder if we have to go back a second time.
Yeah, all the more reason that I think we blitz right to the tower, hit them hard, knock everything in there. And then after that, we can also do rally control afterwards and spread out from the tower, hitting points of interest, flanking particular battlements, things like that, and then affecting the tide of war that way. Not to mention, we'll have a few scrolls of sending, so we can report our success or failure appropriately to Westland.
Reporting our success, Gideon. We need to think optimistic here.
Of course.
Yeah, put failure out of your mind.
Yes, we don't have a send scroll of failure, only success. I guess if we're going to do that during a shift change, I think it doesn't have to be said, but we're going to probably do it at, the morning hours and not the night hours.
I agree.
Okay, so you attack at midnight.
That's exactly what I just said.
Nailed it.
I'm a great listener.
Yeah.
So I guess I just don't know how long it takes for the shift change. Like if they do we attack at 8 o'clock? Is that? I don't think we have definitive times, do we?
You would know from the schedule that Oran was able to see on the table. It's kind of rough. It's like a give or take 15 minutes kind of a deal, but it's generally at 7:30 in the morning is when the morning one happens. But you don't know if maybe there's some plainer timey-wimey stuff going on. Sometimes it seems like they have a log of when it's occurred in the past few days, and it kind of varies a little bit. Like the latest that you saw was 7:41, but it's in that ballpark is when it opens. And it seems that they have a mark for gate opened and then gate closed. The gate closed time is always exactly 10 minutes after it's opened in that log. It's always that. It seems 10 minutes is how long that the gate is open before it closes again.
So I'm thinking right at 8.
I was just say we gamble 8 on the dot. I agree. Full 100% agree.
Agreed.
8:01.
Now that you bring it up, that extra minute.
Because they're expecting us to be on the dot.
Right.
But if we go at 7:58 or 8:07, they won't expect that.
Right.
Yes.
So
I, in my personal life, every whole hour, I'm prepared for a sneak attack at all times.
Everyone knows.
But if you caught me at 7:01, I'd be dead. I would not know. It'd be over.
And hobgoblins are known for their punctuality, and they don't think it's acceptable that anyone would ever attack 1 minute off like that.
right.
You just postpone it to the next day.
Think about the psychological impact that would have.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever seen the Japanese when a train is late? It's like pandemonium. That's exactly what's going to happen.
And when I
here.
think hobgoblin, I think the Japanese people.
Okay, we're done. We're done. Nothing like real race comparisons to fantasy monsters.
So fast.
All right, so you guys all prepare on the This would be basically the morning of the 7th day because you waited 6 days for everybody to get into position. Sending scrolls start getting, used up all over the place as Cobb is coordinating with all these different locations. And eventually you do hear, you see Westland kind of not too far from where you are. Seems like he's received a message. He gives you a signal, and then he leads his troop off to do their thing, to go get some of the patrols and wreak havoc outside of the fort. You wait for the appropriate time, and it is 8 o'clock on the morning of that 7th day. You are in a ranger blind 50 feet into the forest tree line, which is 400 feet from the bridge. What would you like to do?
Well, real quick, just to make sure we're all on the same page, we know we're going into this, so there's no reason not to have 10-minute per level buffs up. If I'm not mistaken, Jace, you good with that?
Sure.
I mean, I feel like if we're planning to kind of go right into a fight, we could also have minute buffs on.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would agree with that. Probably minute buffs.
Throw some rounds on there, too.
Pop off a haste and let's teleport out of here.
Get yourself a true strike and you'd be real quick.
I think everyone could justify a single round buff, but much more than that.
No, you're going to need more than one round.
So all of the precasting and then one round buff and then teleport in. Yeah?
Yeah, boys, let's do it.
So you're going to have Hunter's Blessing. You're going to have... And we're going to pick...
Dwarf still?
No, we're going to pick Hobgoblins, and Jace said this environment was urban, so we'll do that.
Yeah, but I lied.
He gotcha.
Yes, but I lied.
That's so funny.
That was good, Jason. Well done.
Yeah, so Unshakable Zeal and Kieran, and I was going to do hero myself, but you're right, I'll switch. Thinking I might do hero on... I'm trying to think, because it does attack roll saves. Yeah, I am going to be cheesy. I'm going to do hero on myself and hero on Kieran as well.
Okay.
Unless one of you guys are adamant that you want hero. I more want it because, my attack sucks, but...
No, go for it.
saves an ass. Kieran, I'm going to do the Extend Rod on the heroes as well, the lesser. So I'll use 2 charges of that.
Okay.
So that'll last for a little while.
So I guess all that I will do... Oh, I'm going to use a stone skin communal for all of us. So 1,000 diamond dust, 1,000 gold pieces worth of diamond dust. And we will all have DR 10 adamantine up to 130 points. My caster level is 13, up to 130 points.
How long does that last?
130 minutes, or until you use it.
Do you want to use... it's entirely up to you. Did you want to use the major extend rod to give it longer time, or...?
We can, but that's like 2 hours, I guess. I don't know how much time is going to be passing, so may as well, since it's an expensive spell.
I don't think I'm going to be... Yeah, I don't need it for any of my buffs, because besides Unshakable Zeal, which lasts hours per level, everything else is usually rounds or minutes, so it doesn't usually make sense, but something like that, unless there's other spells you're going to plan on using with the rod, I don't see why not. You got 3 charges a day.
Do you have a greater extend rod?
I have lesser.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can use the greater on that. So I'm also gonna cast my new spell Shocking Image instead of Mirror Image, just because I think that will be cool. So I'll use the extend rod on that as well, just to make that last twice as long. Who am I kidding? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna be gone in like 1 combat, so never mind. And then I'll do a good old shield. So I think I'll limit it to that. I do need to roll my images though. 7 images. So I think I'm good to go.
And then right before we teleport, I will cast 1 more spell.
Oh, I also do have heightened awareness. I forget I have a rod for that, so I will.
Yeah, I always forget it, and I saw it because it's level 1. I don't use my level 1 spells for like anything except for saving finale, just like Watch You Fail Twice.
Yeah.
Crappy level 1 spells.
It's a pretty good spell though. Saving finale.
Worst ever.
Nah. Most of them fall off and they're garbage, but there's a few that are still pretty good at higher level.
I always get really nervous when there's combats where we can pre-buff because I feel like things
go
really bad.
You know the damage is going to be ramped up on their end too.
Yeah.
And they have stupid troops. I hate troops. They're the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about them. Yeah, they suck.
But hey, you got cold ice strike now, so you'll be fine.
That's true. I'll live forever.
Yeah, forever. Can you imagine the anticipation that must be building up to this? Like, as the PCs, it's got to be so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
This is a big deal. This is like the Siege of Longshadow.
This is the first time we've really gone fully on the offensive, and we're coming in, the scene of like casting each of your spells for like the minute before, and then that final moment where you do the last one and give the nod to Kieran. I imagine the feeling must be nothing of unease,
Yeah. Also, does anyone else get nervous like when we're doing these buffs? I feel like we need to start the combat soon because the time's ticking down. But like,
yeah,
the time
I have
hasn't.
an active timer right now.
No.
You do.
Your rounds per level spells are gone by this point.
you do feel that pressure going into the fight of like, okay, we've got to do it. We've got an hour. Let's go. Because you have just so many things going on at once.
There's so much writing on this session, let me tell you.
All right. All of your spells cast.
Yep, I'm assuming we'd cast them, probably 5-10 minutes before the 30-minute mark?
Oh, not even, yeah. Whatever would be reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, I would say right before we're going to teleport. Do any of us have any spells or anything that we're able to kind of see how the battle's going, at least with Westland, or we're just hoping everything's going smooth?
I don't think any of you have those sorts of spells. None of you are divination specialists.
Yeah, it's all just going to be... I mean, if worse came to worse, I could fly high in the air, maybe, and see. But that's if they don't have their anti-air turrets going.
The crow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right before we teleport, I'm just going to get one other spell off and then get out of here.
Okay. All right. So, Kieran, what is the range of your teleport? Are you doing teleport? Are you doing dimension door? Are you doing which
I think
one
we
are you testing?
determined dimension door was not far enough.
What's the range of dimension door for you?
400 feet plus 40 per level. So I'm 13th level. So that's what, 900 something, just under 1,000 feet. I can't do math.
Okay. So you are 50 feet from the edge of the forest. The edge of the forest is 400 feet from the bridge. And according to my calculations, the bridge is, we'll say, 300 feet from the base of the stairs leading into the tower. So that is 750 feet distance.
Yeah, so I just knocked out all of those as you were talking. I'm left with 170 feet of movement, so I could use Dimension Door.
Okay. Is that what you cast now?
Yep. Turns out they have a dimensional anchor set up on the tower, so we hit the side of the tower and smack and fall down.
All right. Do your characters have any final words that you say to each other before you teleport to your demise?
Okay, friends. Today's the day that we take back Phaendar. My father has perished. Oran, you started this, and we will end it. As one of my illustrious rangers, I forget his name, once told me, "All right, chums, thumbs up, let's do this."
And Kieran will say, don't be too afraid. They wouldn't put this battle in the AP if it wasn't something that we could win. So I'm positive that we will get through this just fine.
You might.
What the heck is an AP?
I don't understand.
Armor piercing.
Who is they?
What are you talking about?
There's a god called the Gamemaster. He controls everything.
Wait, before we teleport, quick, ask Milani, does that make sense, Gideon?
No, it doesn't.
Oh no!
Milani is but a servant to the Gamemaster.
All right. So you guys maneuver in the forest such that you have a clear line of sight to the base of the tower. And as you can see on the map, there does seem to be a pretty convenient kind of opening right here between some of the buildings and through some rubble to get an eye on where you want to go. So you're able to get a precise drop right in where you need to be, deployed directly to the base of the steps. So you guys can go ahead and drop yourselves right there on the map. So Kieran casts the spell Dimension Door. You've all seen it cast many a time in the past, but it almost feels like this particular time is it's a much more foreboding doorway than it was in the past. You all step through and find yourselves at the base of the Onyx Tower. It almost feels twice as large up close and much more formidable as you see the black stone and the exterior. You're at the base of these stairs, and as I said before, the stairs are very, very far apart. They are sized for large creatures, so they are difficult terrain as you watch the gate up above. And from your perspective down here, the guards can't see you yet. But you're sure if there's anybody else around Phaendar, you are exposed at the moment. So I guess we can go in initiative order. We're not technically in combat yet. Sort of, kind of, not really, but...
I'm still going to play the battle music because I feel like this is tense.
Well, we're about to be in combat the moment one of you, walk into view. So let's all roll initiative, and we'll see how things go.
Okay. Initiative for me is a 17.
Is that adding the anticipate peril, Kieran?
I'm not anticipate peril. I don't have that on. I meant to. It does not. So
it's another 5, so it's 23.
Yep, 23.
So 23, and I assume your initiative bonus is higher than Oran, so I'll put you as 24.
Yeah, mine's a 10.
Wow.
Stubby little legs.
14.
Okay. Gideon with 14, and Jessup with a 27. I feel like you get 27 a lot.
It just knows how I roll.
All right. Round 1, again, technically not combat, but you don't have much time before people spot 4, a dwarf, 2 human-looking people, a drow standing at the base of their tower, very much standing out in the open. So you don't have much time. So round 1, Jessup, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Everybody's cursing Kieran. They're like, I thought you were putting us inside the tower, not on the steps.
I wanted to be right on the table.
That's the thing, Kieran, is I don't know if that was your intention. If your intention had been to teleport inside of the tower, you find that something inhibited and deposited you here at the base.
Figures. Those sneaky sneaks.
Yeah, I think we kind of know what's going on. So yeah, so we're just going basically right into rounds.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we know what I'm doing, because I'm going to get yelled at. Don't cast haste.
It's okay, man.
Everybody gets it.
You're fine. I could have done Blessing of Fervor. You're good, man. Don't worry. We're all happy.
So, no, I prefer you walking in and getting your face smacked. So, and then we're going to throw up some courage.
All right.
Got some courage. Jessup's in a move action, pull out my bow. I did standard action, move action. Yeah, move action, pull out my bow, and then swift action will start my performance. We're good.
Okay. All right, that's Jessup's turn. You hear commotion on the other side of the Iron Gate as Jessup begins, performing out here and casting spells. It seems like, they've heard somebody doing stuff at the base of the stairs, but the gate is still closed. The gate does not open, but there's commotion inside, so your presence is known. Moving on to Kieran.
Okay, so I guess I don't know how we get in the gate. Oh, the gate's open?
No, the gate is closed. The iron gate is closed.
Well, that's a pickle.
So it's one of those, you could attempt to try to destroy it. You could try to lift it. You could try to teleport past it, but you don't know if you're just going to get redeposited back out here.
Yeah, that's my guess, is that there's something preventing us from teleporting inside. So, good grief, I don't know what I can do against iron bars.
Just lift it with your beefy biceps that you've been building up this whole AP.
Cast Wall of Fire exactly right across that, melt the bar.
Yeah, right.
Clearly that will work.
Fun fact, objects take half damage from energy.
That makes no sense.
Kieran pulls out the Rod of Wonder and says, let's give this a shot.
summons an elephant.
Summon the
Yeah.
elephant.
Hey, that would actually be perfect because the elephant could then destroy the gates. Oh, you know how tempting that is? Like, oh, I really want to do that, but that's
you
not
don't control
prudent,
the
so-
elephant, do you?
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
We did last time it was a friendly elephant, so
Well, just because it's friendly doesn't mean you control it.
we'll just throw some peanuts in there. We'll go for it. Yeah, it just says summons an animal, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Jessup has handle animal, right? I'm going to pull out the Staff of Fire,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast a fireball in here. And I want to see if it will destroy the gate. Just so I will move into view and cast a fireball.
Okay. You cast a fireball at the iron gate, and you watch as the fireball collides with the iron bars, and it's almost like there's some sort of magical barrier that
Okay.
prevents the fire from getting past the bars. You can see that the bars get charred and all of that. You don't think it did much damage because fire damage doesn't do a whole lot to iron. So like the bars were affected, but there seems to be some sort of magical barrier just on the other side of them that prevents anything from getting past the bars.
Okay. All right, that's fair. Okay, that'll be my turn.
Can we spellcraft that or anything?
It's not like a specific spell. It's like a
Mumbo
spell
jumbo
effect.
magic.
it's like I couldn't point out and be like, oh, that is a spell. It's an 8th level spell. It's kind of like this whole tower is part of the artifact spell. So yeah. So that is Kieran's turn. Kieran, as soon as the fireball goes away, like you hear shouts from just past the gate, and you can just barely make out like the tops of the heads of people that are inside, but like you are at a lower elevation, so you can't see them clearly. But if they were a little bit alerted of something being there before, but like with a fireball at the gate, there's something's going on, and you can hear commotion elsewhere in the fort because there's a fireball. So yeah, your presence is widely known now. That brings us to Oran.
You said there was something with like the stone and stuff that I took note of, like when we were walking.
You had taken note that the stone of the tower itself, like the actual walls of the tower, are magically treated hewn stone. Basically, that's a technical way of saying that the actual stone structure is like extraordinarily sturdy.
All we really saw was them like operating like a winch to open the gate.
Yeah, you saw that there was a winch inside of this little small chamber that one of them pulled down to open the gate.
That sucks.
On the more technical side, by the way, since you're a dwarf, I'll just tell you exactly what it is. Magically treated hewn stone has a hardness of 16 and 1,080 hit points.
Oof.
This knowledge makes my turn look really stupid, and I feel like I would have known that, but oh well.
No, the iron gate isn't that. This is the stone structure. The iron gate is wildly different in terms of hardness and hit points than the rest of the stone.
Okay.
Like, if you had tried to throw a fireball at the like exterior walls of the tower, then yeah, that would have been a kind of stupid thing to do. But like against the gate is different. I guess how much damage would the fireball have done if you had rolled it?
What's the cap? 10d6?
Well, I think the cap is the staff, or does it go off of
No.
your caster level? Then it
Yeah,
would be
because we
10d6.
looked this up. We had been doing it wrong, where staves
Yeah.
use your caster
So it
level,
would be
so it would have been
10d6.
10d6. So, it would have been
5.
no,
How did that happen?
no. I rolled 1d06.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to do it.
34.
Okay, so it's half damage against objects. So it'd be 17. So you did damage to the iron gate. It doesn't have the same hardness and hit points as the walls. I'm just saying, it didn't do very much because it's energy damage against an object.
Okay. And we discovered that magic won't go through, so I
Yes.
guess we just have to focus on the gates for now and then ignore the people inside until we can get in.
You feel like you're left with either forcefully lifting the gate or destroying it physically.
So I think I know what I want to do.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I would like to
Run away.
run up to the gate
I'm out of here. Okay.
and try to lift it.
Okay. Make a strength check. This has an actual lift DC.
22. That's really low. Good decent roll. Okay, 18. That's not a bad roll.
22.
Yeah.
you get down and you start lifting the gate a little bit. You get it about a foot, and you're straining. You can't lift it any higher than what you have. Like, you've made progress. Like, it's somewhat up, but it's gonna have to be more than that to get it all the way. But you think it's possible to lift, but it might take a concerted effort from multiple of you working together with a good roll to actually lift it all the way, you think.
Okay. That'll be my turn then.
Okay. Oh, and Oran, you can see the two guards inside of there looking at you with weapons drawn.
I wave. Hi.
Oh, the gate falls back down as soon as you start waving.
Oh, I can maintain the hold on the gate?
Yeah, you can hold it where it's at.
Oh, okay. Then I'll maintain the hold then. I just give him the what's up nod.
Okay.
The chin up.
The chin up nod, like, what's up?
All right, that brings us to Gideon.
Okay, I'm gonna do something crazy.
Gideon pulls an Elwood and just charges the opposite direction into a horde of hobgoblins.
With all the gold that Gideon spent, he just so happens to have this item that somehow can just dematerialize
Gates.
walls.
Just gates.
No, it requires a little bit of GM fiat, but hopefully he's feeling benevolent today.
Nope.
Gideon, okay. Gideon, seeing Oran trying to struggle to lift this up, is going to go and get his arms underneath it as well, and then cast Righteous Might and try to grow up through the thing and get it to go. If insufficient room is available for the desired growth, you attain the maximum possible size and may make a strength check using your increased strength to burst any enclosures in the process. See if smashing an object. If you fail, you are constrained without harm by the materials enclosing you. This spell cannot crush you by increasing your size. So he's going to try to use that extra righteous might to get the door open.
Okay, so make a strength check with the increased bonus that you get from that spell.
Yep. Which is going to give me +4 size bonus. So big.
Wow.
I know.
So it'd be an extra 2 on your modifier.
Yep.
You're gonna roll a natural 1 though. Hey, I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, I meant to. I'm so sorry. I should have said this before. I'm going to use also Wayfinder of Hidden Strength. I did mean to say that
Reaction
before.
before doing any treat I can roll. Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say that. But
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You oh my god.
Wow.
That is awesome.
The consecutive natural 1 is
The game's
amazing.
like, screw you and your items, Gideon.
so, yep, that's it. I'm done. That's my turn.
Okay. So Gideon, you get under there, you grab the bottom of the gate and you cast that spell and you start to grow in size and you try to help lift, but as soon as you begin exerting force, you find that the angle from which you are now bigger is actually disadvantageous on the stairway, and whatever magical barrier is on the gate is almost sapping your strength a little bit. It doesn't actually do that, but that's my way of justifying 2 natural 1s in a row.
I would say that is ridiculous.
The gate rolled an intimidate check on Gideon.
I still grow, so he's not trapped underneath it. So I'm still big, but that's so sad.
Yeah.
Really hoping that will
Kieran's
work.
like, lift with your knees, not your back, Gideon.
I was feeling so confident about, like, I was like, oh, I got something for this.
Big brain moves.
I was like,
That one.
super brain.
I mean, it was a good idea. Just about, I was not expecting the double nat 1. I was expecting the first one because I called it, but second one I was not expecting.
It's what I get. It's just some hidden strength. Goodness.
All right, so that's Gideon's turn. Top of round 2, Jessup, it's back to you. Your allies are struggling with the gate, and you're looking around, and you've caught the attention of people. That's for sure.
Is there any way to roll a spellcraft, or we would have to roll detect magic, or we'd have to spend rounds to detect magic to figure out what is making it so we can't teleport beyond that gate?
Yeah, so identify auras while using detect magic. Identify a spell effect that is in place is a Knowledge Arcana check. So I'll allow a Knowledge Arcana check to try to get some information. The DC will be hard, though, because this is an artifact you're dealing with. But then again, you're a bard, so you might be fine. The DC might not be hard for you.
It's the artifact doing it, not a spell.
Yeah, it's not like somebody didn't cast a spell on the gate. It's like you're dealing, like the tower is effectively part of the onyx shard like artifact, like the onyx key itself, which has the different shards that make towers. Like all of them are considered one artifact.
Gotcha. I'm sorry I missed that because I was going to try to dispel magic, but I do not think that is going to work.
You could attempt it. You would know that, as a bard, you would know that if you're dealing with a major artifact, the caster level you're opposing is probably 20.
So I guess my only thoughts are, who has the shard right now? Is that still Oran?
You guys probably put it in your bag of holding.
Yeah.
And that's with Kieran?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess Jessup will run over and I guess just delay. If the gate opens up, he's going to try to shoot, but my strength's garbage. But
okay.
I almost wonder if just return to Kieran and shrug his shoulders, and maybe if you have the shard, it'll let you dimension door. Shrug?
Shrug? Question mark DM, help, please.
Insert question mark here.
All right. That is Jessup's turn.
That doesn't sound like it's gonna work.
What?
The laugh from Jason.
Well, no, I was laughing at the fact that Jessup verbally said shrug.
Oh,
Shrug.
I mean, I don't know. If you control the artifact, maybe it'll let you. I mean, doubt it, but...
Yeah, hard to say. That is Jessup's turn. He is delaying for further...
I guess just readying a shot, I suppose.
Readying a shot, okay.
I would do. Yeah.
That brings us to the blue headband guard, who sees, fireball go off on the gate. He sees a dwarf run up, start lifting the gate. He sees a human-looking guy run up, get really big, but not contribute at all, and he's...
Okay. Okay. You're funny. Good. You're a funny guy. You like this.
He's going to make a full attack with his longbow. He's going to just attack the one that's right in front of him. Luckily, the favorite enemy bonus applies because you're a dwarf, and he has favorite enemy dwarf. So he'll get a nice little bonus on this. Just so you know, while you're lifting the gate, you're effectively flat-footed. It's difficult to dodge when you're lifting an iron gate. I know, Oran, that doesn't probably affect your AC much at all, but
I think
just for your reference.
Maybe.
Yeah, just for your reference, while you are lifting the gate, you're flat-footed.
Okay.
So 3 attacks coming at you with his bow. Favorite enemy dwarf. First attack is a natural 1. We're off to a good start.
Yeah, that's great. Glad you're rolling them
Second
too.
attack is a natural 19 for a 40.
Yeah.
And third attack is a 28.
No.
All right, so 1 hit. You are going to take
My biscuits.
15 points of piercing damage as this arrow hits you. 10 of that will be reduced by your stone skin.
So I take 5?
Yeah, you take 5 damage straight to your HP, and then 10 off your stone skin. And that will be his turn.
Ow. That hurt.
Brings us to Kieran.
Okay. Kieran is going to...
Try another fireball.
This pains me. No, this pains me because I probably won't get this back, but I'm going to drop the Staff of Fire. I am going to quicken cast Bull's Strength.
Nice.
It's like a 6th level spell.
Yeah.
5th level spell, 6th level spell.
6th. And then I'm going to fly up and attempt to help lift the gate with a strength check.
Okay.
So this will be a 17.
I just say make sure you're
17.
adding in the enhancement bonus correctly though too.
Yeah, I've got it all programmed on my buffs. We're good.
Yep. Okay, so you begin to help lifting the gate. I'm going to count this as an aid. So the first one who did this, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. One of you is going to be spearheading this whole ordeal. Currently, that's Oran, but I'm going to count this as an aid towards Oran's roll. That's not enough to lift the gate on your own, so I'm just going to roll it over because it's enough to have been an aid. So you begin aiding Oran, basically, on this.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Oran, Gideon does not aid you because he was not helpful the previous round.
I'm sorry, it's a consequence of...
Is he ever?
Well, sometimes. Give him a
don't know.
chance.
I don't know. I remember I used to have this cool thing where he took part of my damage for me, but...
Yeah, well, then he grew up.
Months. It's been months.
Oh, also my con goes up. I forgot to Okay.
That brings us from Kieran to Oran. Oran, you're still holding the gate about a foot up off the ground. Your allies are there, and one of them is helping you. So you would get a +2 if you attempted again to lift the gate.
To go elemental body or not to go elemental body?
You would have to drop the gate to cast a spell at this point because you'd require your hands unless it doesn't have somatic components.
I'm sure it
It
does.
almost certainly does. Very few spells don't.
It does have somatic. Alright, we'll just try a straight lift again.
All right.
Wow.
11. Even with the extra +2, unfortunately for this round, you make no progress. Still 1 foot off the ground.
Okay.
I guess you'd have a move action, but I don't know what else you can do with a move action.
I roll under the 1 foot of the gate.
Well, you're the one bearing most of the weight, so it would collapse if you tried to do that.
I let it kill me.
Okay.
I let the gate fall on top of me.
That brings us to Red. The Red headband guard is going to full attack Gideon because he was the second one to show up and he's the biggest one. He might be contributing the least, but he looks like he's contributing the most.
You're just really stuck on that, aren't you?
I know, yeah. So you are a half-elf. Luckily, this guard has favorite enemy human and favorite enemy elf, so we'll just, use that. They don't stack, I don't think. That'd be hilarious if
That
they
would
did.
be really bad.
That'd be awesome.
That would be like a +8 bonus to my attack rolls and damage rolls. Nice. So we're just gonna full attack you. First attack. Oh, wow, natural 1. The first attacks on these guys are not great.
Great.
Can I get a second natural 19? Close, natural 18 on the second one. So that is a, 39?
Hoo hoo hoo! Big boy.
Let me check this.
Big boy is big.
Oh, this is the second iterative. Okay, yeah. So yeah, 39.
Can't touch this.
Okay, flat-footed 41. So he does not hit. And on the third attack is natural 5, so that will miss. So all 3 of the arrows bounce off of your armor, and that is his turn, bringing us to Gideon.
Well, I mean, I might as well try, right? There ain't nothing to do but get through.
Okay, let's see what he can do.
A
22. So you get down and you're actually, you reposition your feet and you start lifting and you're actually bringing it up now. It's 2 feet off the ground.
Ooh.
Man.
Again, that's not enough to just outright lift the gate, but you're making slow progress at this point. That brings us to the top of round 3, and Jessup, you see all 3 of your companions there. The gate is lifting slowly, and you're looking around kind of, you're readying an action to shoot. At this point, you're kind of obstructed, but you're also looking around the surroundings, and you think, you have maybe 8 or 9 rounds before people start showing up.
It's going to be a stupid question. I know it's too metagamey, but I guess I wanted just to take a stab at maybe trying to fascinate those 2. But fascinate clearly says that the bard must be able to deceive them, which I can see through these bars, right?
You can see through the bars from the bottom where you're at. You don't see their bodies entirely given the angle difference. The only problem I see with this is I don't think fascinate works in combat.
Well, and I guess that was the thing, is it talks about dangers. I don't know if them knowing that we're going to pull up the gate and kick their butt is going to be dangerous to them or not. But...
Well, you have thrown a fireball at the gate. And
Whoa, who's this?
We?
I most certainly did not.
Well, your group has thrown a fireball at the gate and is trying to force open the gate.
He's a drow. He's here to help.
No, I'm going to bluff them and be like, no, that was from your trebuchet way outside. I don't know what happened.
Well, I mean, in fairness, any obvious threat, such as someone drawing a weapon, casting a spell, or aiming a weapon at the target, automatically breaks the effect. None of that's happening right now. Nobody's doing that at the moment.
You've cast a spell and he just finished readying an action to shoot at one of them.
They couldn't see me. I can't see them.
Yeah, that's conjecture at best.
Yeah, so I'm going to instead. I guess I'm gonna. Well, I'm within range, but I can't really see them. You said correct, Jason.
You can see the tops of their heads basically because you're at the bottom of a flight of stairs.
I guess could I attempt to roll just an intimidate check on this guy?
Sure, if you want to.
Sure, I do. I'm gonna roll an intimidate check. Once we get this gate open, my short little friend here is going to beat you silly. That sounded way more intimidating in my head than it did when I said it out loud.
Okay.
32.
Okay. Which one of those were you?
The blue, the one
blue
who's
one?
shooting at
Okay.
Oran.
So that is enough to intimidate the blue. Not by much, but that is enough to intimidate blue. And it's kind of a combination of, like I said, there's a lot going on. Fireball showed up, then a dwarf showed up, lifted the gate a little bit, then a human showed up, got really big, and then another human showed up. Now the gate's lifting a little bit more, and so there's a lot of stuff going on all at once. And then he hears this voice from like the behind the three of them talking about getting beaten up, and so he's a little caught off guard, a little shaken about the events.
Can I ask one more stupid question?
Sure.
Do you, if you're caught flat-footed, do you lose your dodge bonus to AC?
Generally, yes.
All right, then I'm going to switch my performance then. I'm going to do Inspire Greatness. I think that works on 3 people now, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
My level. Yep, so I'm going to Inspire Greatness on all 3 of these chumps to give them some temp HP for right now. I don't think it'll help Oran, but see if I can knock his attack by a couple points and give you some temp.
All right, anything else? Like a move action or anything that you can do?
I think I had moved up just to kind of be able to see them. It was more probably like a 5-foot step, and then I standard action Intimidate and swift action switch my performance.
Okay. That brings us to the blue headband, who's going to, let's see, he's going to just continue his full attack. He did hit you once last round, so he's going to keep going. He'll see if he can't continue to strike true. So natural 16 on the first attack. That is a 42 to hit.
Yes.
His next iterative is a 12. That's 33 is not going to do it.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is.
think.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm flat-footed, so yeah.
Okay, so that's
Is that
2
with the
hits.
-2, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
Next one is natural 10, and that's the third iterative, so that's only a 26.
Now that will not.
All right, so 2 hits. That is going to be 12 points of damage on the first one, so
2 points of
2.
damage off my temp HP.
And then the second one is another 15, so that's 5 more points off your temp.
That'll be 20 off my stone skin, right?
Yeah, 20 off your stone skin. And he's going to 5-foot step here. That brings us to Kieran.
All right, Kieran is going to try to lift the gate, I guess.
All right.
So my strength check is a 13. Cool.
He has
Okay.
power.
Again, you don't make any additional progress. I'll roll this one over into an aid. That is Kieran's turn. Brings us to Oran again.
How many feet up do we have it? 2?
It's 2 feet off the ground currently.
If I was to let go, would it drop like the foot that I lifted it, and then like Gideon would still have a foot up? Like, how would that work?
Essentially, yeah, any progress that you made would be deducted from the current progress.
If only Oran was still a halfling, we'd only have to get it up like another 6 inches, and he could have just scooted on
under.
through.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and let it go,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna cast Elemental Body, and then I become a huge Earth Elemental.
Yeah, so huge wouldn't really work because Gideon is large and you can't.
Oh, well, I have reach.
We could squeeze technically.
Yeah, so if you were to move back down the steps, but then Jessup would be kind of in the way.
Would I get moved, or do I have to? He has to wait for me to move.
He'd have to wait for you to move. If you can go into a large earth elemental, you could fit there.
Isn't he large enough at that point, though, that you can exist in the same square?
That's what
If you
I
choose-
thought. I'm pretty sure you can.
I'll look it up. I thought
Right?
that it had to be one size more than that, but I'll check.
Oh, I see. It might be.
Maybe. Like, you have to be like, what is it, gargantuan? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so it has to be, it's a 3 sizes larger or smaller. So if you were like gargantuan, then a medium-sized creature wouldn't be a problem.
Right. I can squeeze, though, and take a negative to my AC.
I'll allow you, like, if you're a huge elemental, I'll allow you to squeeze, like, in between all of these. Everybody here, like right here.
Here's a question. Am I able to burrow as an elemental in this area? Because it's like stone?
Normally, yes. You don't know if there's going to be something preventing you from doing that, like with the tower or not. You could attempt that and see if you get stopped.
I would like to attempt that. Am I able to burrow?
You start burrowing down a little bit, and, well, actually, you immediately realize that you can't burrow through the stairs, even though the stairs are made of stone. They are magically treated stone, and they are inhibiting movement through them. So you actually don't burrow, so it doesn't take an action or anything, because you don't make progress with that.
Okay. I just
You're
I
able to
can't
tell
do it,
that-
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This tower is basically designed to be a fortress that is not easily penetrated.
Got it.
But I would allow you to become a huge earth elemental. You would just take a -4 penalty to your AC, but you would be able to do everything else. Like you could continue to your strength checks with the earth elemental strength and so on.
Okay. Then that's what I shall do.
Okay, I'll move Oran's token a little bit off to the side and then move him to the back. So you become an earth elemental, and that is your turn.
Yes.
Brings us to the red shadow, the red guard here. He is going to continue full attacking Gideon. He's going to try one more time. He didn't have much luck, but he's going to see if he can do it. And if he still can't, he might have to switch targets next round, but we'll see.
I also forgot to have Iron Skin checked, so my AC is higher. Don't be surprised. But so he might not want to try it.
Okay. He's going to try full attack still. Say 42 to hit.
Nope.
That's not going to hit. The second one. Third one is also a miss.
Cool.
And he's going to 5-foot step here.
Natural armor, baby.
And Gideon, it is your turn.
I was scouring my sheet, see if there's anything else to do, but I don't think so. So we'll attempt another check.
All right.
A 19
19.
with an aid. 21.
With Kieran's aid, that is enough to get you back up to 2 feet, yes. I was about to say you make no progress, but you were able to get it back up to 2 feet.
Oh,
That
I
is-
went down when he let go. Oh, so sad.
Yeah. So that is your turn. Back up to round 4. Jessup, you can see some troops forming in the distance, and it's your turn.
Yeah, Jessup will just kind of relate to the troops. We must hurry. We are going to have company relatively soon.
If Jessup moves out of my square, am I still squeezing?
On your turn, you could 5-foot step back and not be squeezing, but then he'd have to be 4. Jessup, you could move right in here, and then you could help too.
Oh, that sounds like a fantastic idea, but darn, took my hand off the chess piece and moved back instead. Darn shame. Yeah, so Jessup will move back, and I don't know, I guess I'll just delay, because I'm not really sure what to do to help out here.
All right. That brings us to Blue. Blue is no longer shaken. He's got a lot of targets to consider here. The dwarf he was shooting at just turned into an earth elemental. I'm going to roll to see if he continues shooting the earth elemental or if he switches targets. I'll roll it in the chat. So evens, he'll continue attacking Oran. Odds, he's going to switch. Even. So he's going to make a full attack against Oran. I guess technically you're not a dwarf anymore, so he loses that bonus. But you're still his quarry, so he keeps that bonus.
Nuts.
Natural 19 on his first attack. That'll bring us to a 43.
Yeah.
Second attack. That'll bring us to a 33.
No.
Okay. And then
Am I
final,
still squeezing or no?
You're squeezing until your turn.
Then yes.
Okay. The third attack is a natural 2, so that misses. As for damage, he doesn't get the bonus to damage because you're not really a dwarf anymore, so that's only, still 13 damage. So 13 and then 12. So
3 and 2.
Yeah, so take another 20 off of your DR adamantine.
Yep. 5 damage.
Yep.
Whew, that DR adamantine's going by quickly.
Don't forget your temp HP too.
Yeah, that's what I've been taking my HP off of.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to Kieran.
I'm not going to do that. Well, I'm not going to do it this turn, but it would be really funny because
If you,
we have,
yeah.
because Gideon ran up, became this giant dude. The dwarf ran up, became an elemental, and Kieran runs up and becomes a dragon.
A dragon.
Oh, wait. And then Jessup
Disguise self.
will use persistent image for Kakibushu no Jutsu. Yes. Yes.
It's very Wizard of Earthsy.
All right, I'm going to just try strength again. So
All right.
Go, Kieran.
16. It's not great.
16. Again, it's enough to aid, but it is not enough to make progress on your own.
Does it? I don't know if it makes a difference, Jason. I was just looking at that. With Unshakable Zeal, Kieran would get a +4 on any failed check. I know you're kind of transitioning that to an aid, but I don't know if that makes a difference going to a 20 or not.
And that applies on ability checks as well?
It says so. It does,
Okay.
yeah.
And that's a +4?
That's correct on any
Yes.
failed one. Yep.
And he doesn't have any morale bonuses that wouldn't be stacking with that.
I do, because Good Hope, I believe, is morale.
Okay.
So it'd be a +2.
Okay.
Okay, so that it wouldn't be enough to hit the lift on your own by a foot DC, but we can keep that in mind moving forward. So for now, it'll be an aid on the next successful attempt, which brings us to Oran.
I'm gonna try and lift it.
All right, you are now big and
I am
swole.
big. I am big.
You've got a +2 aid from Kieran.
28.
Ooh, good roll.
Okay.
Nice.
Oran, you put your hands down, your stone hands, you grab either side of this gate, pretty much on either side of Kieran. Like one hand goes in between Kieran and Gideon, the other hand goes to the other side. And with your colossal strength, you just shunt the door open. And the gate flies upwards and is fully open at this point.
Nice. Let's go.
Get in and shut it! Get in and shut it!
So that is your action, your turn. You're able to open the gate. You have entry into the tower now, but it is Red's turn immediately after Oran. Red is he's going to take one shot at Kieran. He's going to switch targets because he wasn't having much luck against Gideon. So one shot against Kieran. So you are human.
Not the elemental?
No, he wasn't. His buddy was shooting at you. That's a 41 to hit.
Yep.
So I'll have to roll how many images? You have 7, so there's a D8.
This is where Kieran
Yes.
gets critically shot in the head again.
Yeah, I know.
So you lose an image.
Okay.
And then he is going to 5-foot step back and move action open the door. That's his turn. Gideon, it is your turn. The gate is open.
Yes. Oak smash. We're gonna start with blue, go into red. I do want to highlight, we got a shield slam coming because I'm gonna 2-weapon fight. So if he does get hit with the shield, he'll get pushed into the wall. And we still have inspire greatness, not courage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then I think I have everything that matters. We will expend moment of greatness for a +2 to this.
All right.
A 35, a 27, a 32, a 35,
That's not bad.
a
That's pretty good
33. 1d6 of each of those is fire damage. Does that matter?
No, they don't have a resistance to fire. All right. And just remind me, you have 3 iteratives? Is that correct?
Yes. 3 iteratives, haste, 2-weapon fighting.
Okay. All right. So all but the 27 hit this individual, dealing 25 plus 27 is 52, plus 16 is 68, plus 19 is 78, 87 damage.
And another 15
So 87 plus 15, 102.
for some more Sonic.
So this was red, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 102.
Definitely keep using the second one, but it did double click. Sorry, mouse troubles again.
What do you mean double click?
If you scroll.
Oh, I didn't even see the first one.
Neither did I. I apologize, but that's okay. Just go with the one we've got.
Okay.
What? No, wait. Do the other one. Do the other one.
Didn't even see it.
Isn't that hilarious though? 2 nat 20s. It's ridiculous.
And you said you had a bull rush?
Yes, it's going to take that 35.
Okay, so yeah, the shield 35, and that's against its CMD. So that barely passes their CMD. It does not do it by 5, but you do succeed on a bull rush against red.
Okay. Shield slam. The bull rush. Opponents who cannot move back due to a wall or other surface are knocked prone after moving the maximum possible distance. You may choose to move your target if you're able to take a 5-foot step. So, up to you. He can either go into this wall and fall prone or go here. I'm okay with both options.
Okay, I'll say that he falls prone where he's at.
Okay, awesome.
That is Gideon's turn. That brings us to Jessup. Jessup, you see the gate is open. Gideon takes a step in. The gate immediately closes and crushes him, and he dies.
Oh, well, this has been fun, guys.
Haha! So the alternative goal was a success. Yeah, so Jessup will start trying to make his way down, and then... So now Oran has that free and clear, right? So Gideon and Kieran don't have to hold on to that any longer?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, the gate has basically been thrown up with such force that you saw that those of you at the top of the stairs, you saw that the winches were actually forced into the other direction by how the whole mechanism that connects the gate to the winches. You lifted it with such force that basically backtracked the whole thing and reset the system to be open.
So Jessup is going to... Well, I'll mark off a performance just to have that. And then for spells, I'm going to cast Baroque Finale. And I'm going to give Kieran a standard air move action right now.
Nice. We love those.
Awesome. I will move action, draw my glaive.
Okay.
Sweet. And then I will then be a total dirtbag and use a swift action to change my performance.
Okay.
To inspire courage.
All right. That is Jessup's turn. Again, Jessup, you're keeping an eye out, and 5 rounds or so before troops get here. It is now Blue's turn. Blue is going to move action stand up, which will provoke.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Can I also take it?
Yes.
I have reach, but he would have
Yes,
cover?
because of the corner. The one corner you have can get around Kieran.
Well, he's also tall. We've played that in the past.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Well, he's down the stairs though, so height isn't really a...
I'm going to use my character trait Tactician to get a +2 on this attack of opportunity.
Okay.
So with my glaive, mine is a 44.
Nice.
33.
Okay, so we have a 34 from Gideon, a 44 from Kieran, a 33 from Oran. Those will all hit your prone target.
28 damage.
So 28 damage
17.
plus 17 plus
23.
23, so that's 40, so 68 damage total.
Yeah.
All right, he's still up.
Wait, plus the whole damage he took on my turn? That's crazy.
Yeah, you did 102, and this was another 68, so that's comes to 170.
But wasn't that to red?
No, he was attacking blue, he said.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And how many attacks was that? Again, I'm sorry, that
He
hit?
got it 3 times.
Okay, so do another 13 from
13.
just screaming at him. Stay down!
All right, he stays down.
Yeah.
Finisher!
Let's go. We love to see it.
All right,
That's funny.
and that brings us to Kieran's turn.
All right, Kieran will 5-foot step and full attack the red one.
Nice.
All right.
So first attack is a 38, hasted attack is a 36, and iterative is a 40.
Those will all hit.
Get some damage.
First damage is 26 physical, 4 acid.
Okay.
No, electricity. I can't remember which one this is.
Yeah, they don't appear to have any energy resistances. So
Oh, okay.
Is it the acid only on your actual melee attacks with your claws?
No. That's from my I gotta look up the item real quick because it's been a while.
there's a glove, I think, that adds some acid damage.
Yeah, so it says it's delicescent gloves. So if the wearer uses that hand to wield a weapon or make an attack, that attack gains the corrosive weapon special ability.
Neato.
So second damage is 29, third damage is 28.
Okay, so 87 damage.
Correct.
And another 11.
So 98 damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you hit him 3 times. Okay, is that your turn? Brings us to Oran.
Smackety smack smack.
So yeah, Oran, I think in order to get in range, you'd have to squeeze forward, which would put you at a -4 penalty on your attack rolls if you chose to do so.
Well, I don't know what else I would do.
You could delay, but
You could delay. You could try to overrun and get through. How would that work?
well, he can't because it's difficult terrain for like 4 different reasons.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The steps he's on, the dead body in the way, the allies and enemy in the way, the small doorway.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm trying to get out of the way, but also I'm not the problem here. So take that up with the other large dude.
The guy who thought he was big.
Yeah, well, I realize now.
It's sad that you need a 5th level spell to get biceps as big as Kieran's.
Tiny man.
Oi!
Gideon's still a medium-sized creature. It's just his ego that's large. That's what's taking up the first space.
Yep.
That's great. I love that.
All right, I'll squeeze. No.
Okay. Oh,
Wait,
okay.
when does Gideon go?
When does Gideon go? He goes at the end of the round.
Can I delay until then?
Sure.
And
No,
like
that's
if he moves forward a little bit, then I'll move forward and try and attack the red guy.
Sure. So Oran delays. That brings us to Red, who goes right before Gideon. He's going to full withdraw into this chamber,
Sounds about right.
and that'll be his turn. That brings us to Gideon.
I'll chase after him. I love doing that.
All right. He says as he proceeds to not chase him.
No, I do want to chase him. I just want to chase him really fast
I mean, you're hasted.
and not be in the way of other people who might also want to chase him.
Oh.
So I do a little kitty corner there, loop around that tower, and then boom, come down with Enduring Bloom.
Okay. You move in and you get 1 attack.
That's a 48 to hit, and so we'll deal 23 points of damage.
Okay. That is Gideon's turn. Brings us to the top of round 6. So, Jessup, again, you can see that the enemies do continue to approach, and you can see the magical barrier that was on the gate preventing you from like casting spells and doing stuff past it. You can see or along the outline of where the gate was. So basically on the ground, the walls, and then the top. Basically just, like I said, the outline of the entrance. You see a faint red glow begin to form. You don't know what that means.
Oran, you could also act if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, Oran can go right now if he wants because Gideon did move.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, free action, Jessup would just kind of notate to Oran, quick, we must get through and shut the gate behind us. They're going to come here soon. Can Jessup at least get through, run?
Yeah, we'll have Oran go because he was delaying, so I'm going to drop him in the initiative order.
Okay.
So Oran, you can go ahead and move.
Okay. I only have 15 feet.
I have 2.
Oh no, I have 20 feet, so I can go 40. No, I can go 40. Okay.
You're
So I
also
can-
hasted.
Yeah, that's with the haste. I can go 40. Earth elementals have 20 movement speed.
Yeah, so he's a single move action. You could go 40, yeah.
So he'll move in, double move to here. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So Oran double moves right up in there. Okay. Now we go to the top of round 6, and Jessup, you're up.
I guess Jessup will move action in, and then is there a way to be able to make the gate go back down? I don't know if I could roll an engineering check.
If you
or-
pull the winch on either side, then it would descend again.
Oh, okay. So I guess I will. Yeah, I'll move in and I'll pull the winch then to try to lower the gate.
Okay, you pull the winch. So, as you can see on the map, there's a winch on either side. So you pull the one winch, and you can feel that there's a release. You will have to pull the second one to fully release the gate, but it's not. They don't have to be at the exact same time, but one of them has been basically disengaged.
Jessup will look at Kieran and just tell him, I'll get the other winch. You continue on. And I will drop my performance so it will linger for 2 rounds.
All right, that brings us to Blue Headband, who is dead. And also, let me do some things here.
I'm so nervous, man. I don't even know why.
What? Why would you be nervous?
That brings us to Kieran.
All right, Kieran will move up here and will make an attack. A 30, natural 2.
30 will hit.
Okay. So that'll be 24 damage.
All right, 24 damage on him.
And that's my turn.
All right. On this initiative count, right after Kieran, those of you in the room hear a rumbling sound in the corner where the stairs are coming from, and you maybe glance over in that direction real quickly, and you see something forming out of the ground itself. It's almost like the tower is shaping itself into a creature as this
Cool.
creature appears before you.
Dude, that is sick. It's like an Onyx Guardian.
Yeah, it's cool looking, man.
Dude, Oran, why can't you turn into one of those?
Come on, Oran.
Wow. Wow.
Look how cool you could look.
The earth shape is weak with this one.
It looks like a
That's awesome. That thing's definitely got DR. Look at that.
like
thing.
a mecha warrior character made fantasy, bro.
Dude, it has like knee guards
Yeah,
built out of itself.
it's like an Evangelion, like a Gundam or something.
It definitely, yeah, I have that vibe.
All right. This creature forms out of the ground, and immediately it stretches out one of its hands in the direction of you, Oran. And as a swift action, it will unleash an obsidian spray as shards of obsidian fill a 30-foot cone in the direction, which will hit both Oran and Kieran. And I need both of you to give me a reflex save.
Good thing Oran's blocking all of it from hitting me.
Were it so easy.
19.
19 for Kieran.
I have a 10 reflex. Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
14. Kieran, you will take half damage. Oran, you will take full damage. So, Oran, you take 35 points of piercing slashing damage. So, 10 of that will be reduced by your DR. So, 25 damage to your HP, basically. Kieran, you'll take 17, again, reduced by 10. So I don't think this matters. So, like, Kieran, because you succeeded on the reflex save, you don't have to worry about the bleed damage. And Oran, since you're an earth elemental, I think you're immune to bleed. So the bleed damage that goes alongside this, we won't worry about. So that's just its swift action obsidian spray. And then it's going to do a full attack on Oran, since you're right next to it. So 2 claw attacks against you. So first attack is a natural 19 for a 46. And
Oh, yeah.
second attack,
Oh, yeah.
the second attack's only a 33.
No.
All right, so you will take 31 points of damage. So DR will take that to 21 points of damage.
21 points of damage? You said?
21 to your HP, yeah,
Okay.
because the first 10 get taken from your DR, which you're probably running out of pretty quickly at this point.
Oh, yeah. Half of it's gone now.
Yeah.
It's great.
And again, you're immune to bleed, so that we don't have to worry about that. So that is its turn. Immediately after the golem is Red. Red is going to attempt to take a 5-foot step back. He's still going to be within reach of Oran, unfortunately, I think,
Yeah,
because you double move to be right up there. And he can't go any further back. The map kind of looks like there's an opening back here, but in reality, where he's at is the featureless wall at the back of this chamber. So he's in a corner at this point, even though it doesn't look like it. And he is going to attempt to full attack Kieran, the only person that seems less armored, but that will provoke from you, Oran.
Oh, then let me try to do a slam.
I'm calling a natural 1.
A 37.
37 will hit.
20
20.
damage.
All right. So he does get his full attack off after taking the attack of opportunity. So 3 attacks against you, Kieran. That might miss, but it's probably going to be within 5 at least. Let me check his first iterative. 29.
That is this is not against flat-footed anymore.
No.
So that is a miss, but it is within
Yeah.
5.
So 1 image goes away. Second attack, natural 20.
Okay.
To confirm is a miss. So it's a hit, but it doesn't crit.
Okay.
So I'm rolling a d6 now.
Yes.
So an image. Last attack is a 28.
Miss and exactly 5, so I think it
Yes.
still gets rid of an image. Okay.
All right. So that is Red's turn. That brings us to Gideon. Gideon, you're very aware of the creature that has spawned in the back of the chamber, and the hobgoblin is still alive, peppering your allies. What would you like to do?
5-foot step and full round attack.
Okay. Roll your attacks. All right. 39 will hit. 45 with a 36 confirmation will hit and crit. The 23 will miss. The 38 will hit. The damage on your first attack is actually enough to put him down. Unfortunately, you did 5-foot steps. You can't do a move action. But
Unfortunately.
if you have a move equivalent action, you can do so.
I don't think he does. Yeah, we're good.
All right. That brings us to Oran.
Hey, that's me. I'm going to attack the obsidian guy back again.
All right. Roll your attacks.
First slam is a 42.
42 will hit.
Second slam is a 36.
A 36 will hit. You slam twice into the jagged exterior of this golem. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, am I going to cut myself on his obsidian body?
Well, you feel like you might have, but you're immune to bleed damage, so...
So it doesn't bother me. As a hasted golem, do I get an extra attack or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Alright, so third attack. 39.
That'll also hit.
First damage, second damage, third damage. Nice.
Okay.
Damage.
All right, so you feel like similarly to yourself, a lot of this is getting reduced, but you are dealing some damage to the creature. All right, and that's your turn.
Yes, sir.
Jace, could I have opened that door as my move equivalent action?
I guess it's within reach. So sure, you can open the door from your angle. You can't really see much inside there, but...
Not worried about it. Just want to get it open.
Okay. So after Oran, you all hear and feel a familiar rumbling sound as from the other corner of the room,
Not another one.
another one of these creatures appears.
Oh.
It 5 steps forward. Swift action, it'll do a spray, which will hit all 3 of you this time, so I need all of you to give me a reflex save.
All right, this time I rolled a 31.
Okay. Got a 22 reflex from Gideon, 31 from Kieran,
Hey!
and 23 from Oran.
Wow.
All right, so none of you will take the bleed damage, and you'll all take half damage, so you will all take 16 points of damage, reduced by 10 from your DR, so you'll all take 6.
Nice. I'm so happy.
That DR is pretty clutch there, Kieran.
Yeah, it is. I'd have been dead by now without it.
Except I don't think we probably needed the extended rod on it now that we're thinking about it.
All right, that brings us to Jessup.
Jessup.
So Jessup will run over and to the other winch here. Can I turn it from being adjacent to it, or I have to be out the same square?
Yeah, you can be right next to it, that's fine.
Okay. So I guess Jessup will pull that.
Okay.
And does the gate immediately close?
The gate does immediately close. That red outline is still there.
And is there any way, and I guess looking at it, is there any way to potentially jar the gate more so it can't be opened? Or not really? I don't know if I could do a engineering roll or anything on it.
Not really with what you have on hand. It may be, but it would take more time to do that than the 20 seconds you have for troops to show up.
Okay, that's fair. Can I by chance see this golem, or not really from the
Yeah,
corner?
you can barely see. You can see something. You can't see it clearly, but you can see that there is some sort of jagged, large creature around the corner there.
Okay. Well, I'm going to... Yeah, that's all I guess I'm going to do. Just move action. Standard action was to pull the levers, so...
Okay. Brings us to Kieran. Kieran, you've been hit twice by this spray.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever.
Yeah, and Kieran, you can see the gate does close over there in the
Oh,
distance.
I already did.
Yeah, I would like to try to identify these creatures.
Okay, that would be I'm gonna have to open that up to refresh my memory on what this check is.
Golems are usually Arcana.
Yeah, it's probably a knowledge arcana. Yeah.
So a 29.
All right, and the DC is 10 plus the CR of the creature. That is enough to identify the creature and get one bit of information about it.
Okay, what is the spell effect? Typically, in Kieran's experience, golems have a spell effect that affects them when they're immune to magic. What is their spell, if they have one?
So first off, you do identify this as an obsidian golem. It resembles a human but jagged skin. It's very like a humanoid statue, like it looks like they're razor sharp protuberances. That's one that I don't see very often, jutting out of its body. It is a neutral, large construct, and you wanted to ask about its what immunity to magic it has.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I know it has immunity to magic, but I
got
that will affect it. Yeah.
So an obsidian golem is immune to any spell or spell-like effect that allows spell resistance. A magical attack that deals fire damage sharpens its claws, increasing their critical threat range and increasing the bleed damage it deals. A magical attack that deals cold damage cakes ice over the golem's form, suppressing the bleed damage from its claw attacks and negating its jagged body ability, which you don't know because that would be another check. A stone to flesh spell negates its damage reduction and immunity to magic for one full round.
Ew. So you would just turn them into
Make it a flesh golem.
lumpy-
Yeah,
Oh.
do it.
Ugh, that's awful. That's really gross. Well, I'm sorry to say we have to use all of our stone to flesh stuff on Jessup, so we probably don't have any of that.
That hurts and true.
Basically, fire makes it worse. Cold kinda helps. Little
Okay.
Sort
So
of.
scorching ray, couple rays on each of them,
I'm
eh?
a fireball.
I'll take it.
I won't do that.
I'll take it.
I will instead. But so does cold damage still damage them even if it's a spell, or it only suppresses that stuff and doesn't actually do damage?
It wouldn't do any damage because it's immune to spells. It's just that when a magical attack that deals cold damage, so any cold attack would suppress that thing.
Okay, interesting. All right, I'm just gonna 5-foot step in full attack on red.
All right. As you 5-foot step, its ready to action goes off.
Ouch!
So I'm going to move it to be right before you in initiative order, and it will take one attack against you. That is a 39 to hit,
That hits.
and I'm rolling a d4 at this point, I believe. A 4. So an image goes away.
And I'm
They're immune to magic, so the image doesn't really do anything. The electricity just disperses over the stone.
This is such a waste of a 5th level spell because the other guy just hit me with ranged attacks and it didn't do anything. And now this guy doesn't do anything. It
Sad.
always happens when I use cool spells. It's
Sad.
like, oh, you actually suck. So,
Sad.
all right. Anyway, I will full attack. First attack is a 35.
That'll hit.
Hasted attack is a 45.
That'll hit.
Iterative attack is a 37.
That'll hit.
So, do you need me to break up the damage because some of it is corrosive from the corrosive, which is a spell?
Yeah, give me
on a
only the
weapon?
physical damage.
Okay, so 28 physical slashing damage on the first, and then 24 on the second, and then 30 on the third.
All right. Okie dokie.
And am I affected by the bleed or not? Since I have a reach weapon.
Correct. Yeah, you're hitting it from reach, so you're
Okay.
able to hit it without getting hit by the jagged stuff. Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's my turn.
After Kieran, that brings us to Blue over there. Blue's going to 5-foot step around a little bit and full attack. He'll do what he do. So, first claw is going to be a 39 to hit you, Oran.
Yes.
Second claw is a 34.
Yes. That is
Okay.
my AC.
So 2 hits against you. So you will take, on the first attack, 26, but reduced by 10, so you take 16 damage. And you'll have to let me know whenever your stone skin wears out.
It's getting close.
And then the second attack would deal 25, but it's reduced by 10, so you take 15 damage and another 10 off your stone skin.
Okay.
And that is its turn, bringing us to Gideon.
We will 5-foot step towards that guy. Take a quick peek what's in that room there.
You see, it looks just at a quick first glance, it looks like it's some sort of supply room. You see barrels and boxes and such inside.
Excellent. Okay. We are going to full round attack this guy, but just with my shield so that we don't get the magical... Well, what did Kieran say the fire did?
The fire sharpens its claws and makes it more deadly, basically.
Yeah, so we'll avoid that.
So if you could deal fire damage to it, I'd be much appreciated.
We're going to avoid doing that because he's currently got fire on his enduring gloom. So we'll just punch him with the heavy steel shield, and we will not 2-weapon attack then.
Okay.
I don't think I could bull rush this guy, but I do think I still get the free attempt. So good luck. Heavy steel shield, gonna wail into him, and I got a hasted attack.
So you have a 43 to hit, 37 to hit, 26 to hit, 36 to hit. So the 26 is going to miss. The other 3 will hit. You are not able to overcome its CMD.
I didn't think so.
And yeah, you can tell that it's definitely resisting a fair portion of your attacks here. So you hit it 3 times with your shield, break off a couple of its jagged spikes, but it remains standing. Brings us to Oran.
I'm gonna slam the blue guy again.
Okay.
First attack, second attack, third attack.
Okay, so the first attack's going to miss, but the other two will hit. 38 and 39 will hit, 28 will miss.
First damage, second damage.
Okay, 24 and 21 damage. Some of that will go through.
No.
All right. And that is your turn.
Yep.
Brings us to the top of the round. Jessup, you are up. Again, the gate is closed. The red line around it is still there, but you don't think that anybody's going to be getting in anytime soon, unless they have like comparable strength to the four of you with Earth Elemental and Righteous Might and all that stuff.
Alright, well, I guess Jessup will attempt to move in, so he will move, I guess, here?
Okay.
Notice those two bozos, and then he'll just finish a move over this way.
Okay.
Can I get a monster lore?
Sure, there's a Knowledge Arcana.
Okie dokie. And I do have Investigative Mind up, so I'll roll twice. I guess I'll take a 33.
Okay, 33, 10 plus the CR. That is enough to identify it and get 2 pieces of information, I believe.
Okay, and then Kieran, you just asked for the spell resistances or its immunities for magic.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. I guess, I'm sure it's got DR, but why not? What's its DR?
So it has DR 10 adamantine.
Anything else useful?
Attacks to avoid. Otherwise, it's, I think, unfortunately, pretty straightforward since we already got the stone to fall.
What's that jagged body thing?
What's the jagged body thing? Okay, why don't we want to give it hugs?
Yeah, so if you grapple an obsidian golem, or if you hit it with a natural attack or an unarmed strike, you take bleed damage. So basically, adding that with what Kieran found, if you deal cold damage to it, even though you might not actually damage it at all, but if you do something that would deal cold damage to it, you suppress basically its bleed attacks, and you can start punching it without worrying. So, because you guys do that a lot.
Yeah, we have a monk in the party.
Yeah, we're known for our punching.
And a brawler. Yep.
Kieran's basically a monk in dragon form. So Jessup will swift action, restart, inspire courage, and then I guess I'll take a pop shot at blue.
All right, so
Blurbadon.
take one shot at blue.
That force damage will be nice.
Ooh, 47 with a 30 to confirm.
All right,
Probably not confirming.
That will hit. It will not confirm.
Bummer. So I will do... Oh, crap, I forgot to put on Arcane Strike and stuff. What a terrible... Or no, I can't.
Yeah, because you already swifted.
Could you just add one more to it for me, though? For point blank. Yeah, I forgot to add that in.
Yeah, because you like me so much.
You do see the arrow does some damage, but again, as you know from its DR, 10 of it is reduced.
Oh, but wait, there's more. Gotta do my whole 3 more sonic damage.
And that isn't a magical effect in any way?
That's a good point.
I believe it is, because it only procs when you have a supernatural or spell-like performance up, correct?
I think so.
So I think it would probably count as a magical effect, which it would be immune to.
Well, unless it would damage objects, isn't that how it works, or no?
That's not how immunity to magic for a golem works, no.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Okie dokie. So my whopping 7 damage or whatever.
Yeah, still better than nothing.
That's true.
That brings us to Red. Red is going to take a full attack. He's going to split it up. He's going to do one at both of you. Going to see if he can hit both of you at once and do some bleeding here. So we'll do the first attack here against Gideon. Ooh, natural 18. 48?
You got it.
As in that's your AC or I hit?
You hit.
Okay. And then against Kieran, much lower, but your AC is also much lower, so it's a 39.
Oh yeah.
So hits both of you, but against Kieran I have to roll a 1d3. 2. So Kieran's an image, and against Gideon you will take 33 damage, but 10 of it's reduced. So you take 23 damage, and then because it hits you with its fist, you will also take 7 bleed on your turn, but that'll be the start of your turn. So just keep in mind you have 7 bleed. So that is the Obsidian Golem's turn, and it's actually going to, whoa, it's going to 5-foot step closer to you guys, bringing us to Kieran.
Okay, I'm going to 5-foot step back and actually 5-foot step this way and full attack.
All right.
So first attack is a 35.
Yep.
Hasted is a 32.
Just barely.
And iterative is a 35.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So first damage is 25.
Okay.
Second damage is 26.
Okay.
Third damage is 27.
All right. This is against red. Okay.
Oh, hold up. I messed up. Okay, the second attack is not going to hit because I still had Hunter's Blessing procced on, and it doesn't count against this creature. So the second, so it would be a 33, a 30, and a 33.
Yeah, so only 2 of those are going to hit.
Okay, so then the damage, this does not apply. It does apply to damage, so it would be 26. 23 damage on the first, and then 25 damage on the second.
Okay.
So sorry. That's off
Thanks
now.
for reminding me, Sarah. Can you give Blue back 2 HP? Decent, because I had Hunters on 2.
Sure.
Thanks.
All right. That is Kieran's turn. That brings us to Blue. Blue is going to, I guess, just stay where he's at and continue to full attack Oran.
Oh.
So natural 17 and natural 16. So those are both going to definitely hit in the 40 pluses easily. So Oran, you're going to take 21 damage. That's with the 10 reduced. And then 9 damage on the other one. That was a really bad roll in the second attack.
30 total.
Yeah, 30 to your HP total and then 20 off your stone skin.
Ow. I have 10 stone skin left, guys. This is going swimmingly.
Certainly got your mileage out of it.
Yeah. No, that's been great. That was huge, Sarah.
The damage on these guys is hilariously swingy. I won't tell you like their modifiers or whatnot, but their base is 2d12, so it can be anywhere from 2 to 24 base damage.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so that's Blue's turn. Brings us to Gideon. So first off, Gideon's going to take 7, so he's AFK, so I'm just going to deal that to him. So he's going to go down to 163 HP. He's going to Divine Touch, which is a 3d6, so I'm just going to roll that for him. 9, so he goes back up 9, so that brings him to 172 HP. And then he's going to full attack. Let me get his character sheet open.
I'm back.
He's back. So go ahead and do your full attack.
I didn't realize that I was right next. I thought I forgot he got delayed and was on the opposite.
Yeah. I already dealt your 7 damage and you gained 9 back, so you netted 2 HP.
I get 2 more because of a magic item that I bought.
All right.
Well, that should stop the bleed at least.
Yes, it does stop the bleed, and you can do your attacks.
Yep. And we'll do the same thing. Just use the shield.
All right.
I don't think I'm missing anything, and I don't have Hunter's Blessing. 44, 27, which will miss. 34, which is I think that hits, yeah?
Yeah, 2 of those will hit.
And then a 40.
Okay, yep. 3 of those will hit.
10, 9.
All right. Yep. You deal some damage there. Good stuff.
Okay.
And is that your turn, or are you moving, 5-foot stepping anywhere to do anything?
No. And
okay.
Now I will go AFK.
Okay. And that'll bring us to Oran.
I'm gonna channel energy.
All right.
And excluding, obviously, enemies. Everybody gets 32 hit point.
32 HP to everybody. I'll add that to the golems.
Yes, give it to the golem.
They can have my share too, Jason, because I was at full, so.
I don't even think that the golems can be affected by channel energy, so. All right, so that is your standard action there.
Yep, and I'm just going to stay where I'm at. So.
All right, brings us to the top of round 9. Jessup, you're up.
Yeah. Well, I can't really use spells. I don't really shoot well either.
Got any healing? I ain't too proud to beg.
Not really. My healing's pretty pitiful. The only real good healing I could do is my out of combat heal. Unless you want me to stand here for 5 rounds and just hope for the best. Jason will be like, yeah, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
Yeah, perfect.
Keep it up. Yeah, it's not great, but I guess I'm just going to take some pop shots. I guess I'll double up on this guy. Hopefully we can take him down. I know it's going to be piddly, but so I will at least now swift action arcane strike. Point blank. So I'll just take a couple shots here. Pew pew. 39, 40, 30, 34.
Okay, 3 of those will hit.
Yes, and blessing was turned off.
Okay, so 9 plus 4.
Let me roll the last damage. So it'll be
It's fine.
9, 4, 5.
So 19 damage.
Better than nothing.
So red actually goes down.
The finisher!
The finisher!
Here's the thing, though.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
As soon as red collapses, its body explodes in a spray of shards and debris that hit everyone within a 20-foot radius, which is all 4 of you, actually. So I need all 4 of you to give me a reflex save.
Oh boy.
We got a 14 from Gideon, a 23 from Jessup,
Oh no, that is not a
21.
good roll.
21 from Kieran,
We're looking at my reroll abilities here.
13 from Oran.
Typical.
All right. Okay. So, Jessup and Kieran, you pass, so you will take half damage. The other 2 of you fail, which is probably not surprising with a 14 and a 13.
Actually, with my cool ring, I take no damage.
Oh, that's right, evasion. Yeah.
Yay!
Ring of evasion.
If only Kieran had evasion.
Oh, if only I had evasion.
I mean, you could have, but just totally stole that.
So, Kieran, like I said, you take half damage, so you will only take 20 damage.
Is this go against my DR?
Yeah, this is piercing slashing damage, so you take 10.
Okay.
Oran and Gideon, you would both take 40, which is reduced by 10, so you'd both take 30 to your HP.
Mm-hmm.
And since both of you were hit by this and failed your reflex, you will, at the start of your turn, well, Oran, you're immune to bleed, but Gideon, you will take 10 bleed on your turn when it comes around.
Okay.
So we'll just have to remember that, because you're bleeding again. And now, so red is down. Jessup, that is, I guess you could 5-foot step, but that's otherwise your turn.
Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to 5-foot step because I can't go around the corner like that.
Correct,
so
yeah.
I'm just gonna stay where I am.
Okay.
Good.
That brings us to Kieran.
Okay, I guess Kieran will 5-foot step this direction and try to attack blue.
All right.
First attack is a natural 1. So that
Yeah, it's going to
misses.
miss.
Hasted attack is a natural 1.
It's also going to miss.
It's gonna miss again. If I roll a third natural 1, do I die?
Yeah, you kill yourself.
Okay, all right. Well, it's a 36. So I'm the
Okay.
at the
How did we roll so many natural ones this session? It doesn't even make any sense.
and like back-to-back ones is always really weird. So I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, the damage on that is I can't read that number. What is that? 29 minus 6, 23.
Okay. Well, that brings us to a nice even number. Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right. So you hit blue once for a little bit of damage. All right. And it's blue's turn. And blue regains its spray attack.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, it can only hit 2 of you, really. Well, can the range of it get Gideon over there? No, he can't. He can't get Gideon. And if he 5-foot stepped up, he would not be able to hit one of the other 2 of you. Or he could hit you and Jessup. He's going to hit you and Jessup. Actually, no, he's not. He's going to go for you and Oran. He has no reason to switch targeting. He's not probably
Sure he does.
that
No.
intelligent.
Go for Jessup. I'll intimidate him.
Yeah, he doesn't have an intelligence, so he's going to stick with his previous targets. So
Oh, you could definitely intimidate people who have no intelligence. I've seen it.
That joke has got layers. That is so witty.
That's pretty good.
So that'll be a reflex save from Oran and Kieran as the obsidian spray comes off again.
I choose not to.
Oh boy. All right.
Well, sure, you can forego. I'll give you full damage. That's no problem here
this
with me.
is a 23 for me.
Okay, 23 and 19. So you're both going to negate the bleed damage and take half. You'll both take 17. So
12.
Oran, I think you're gone. You're
It is, but I have.
LDR.
I still have
is now,
5. Yeah.
Okay. So you'll take 12 damage, and then Kieran, you'll take 7, and 10 more of
Okay.
your DR will go away. And then he's gonna full attack Oran. So first attack is a natural 15 for like a 42, I think.
Yep.
A natural 16 for like a 43. So he'll hit you twice. And so you have a 5 DR. Okay, I will subtract that from these. So first attack with the 5 DR included, you take 14 damage to your HP, and then you take 17 damage to your HP. So you'll take a total of 31. I've already subtracted the 5 from both of those.
Not doing so
So
well.
31 damage.
It hurts.
That brings us to Gideon. Gideon, take 10 bleed, and then you can do your turn.
If I go here, can I hit him?
Sure, we'll say so.
Thanks.
It's a little wonky, but yeah, whatever.
Then we'll hit him
Which means
once.
he can hit you too.
That's fine. Sorry if I make him explode, guys. And we'll swift action heal up 5d6, 12.
This is hilarious to me. This is the funniest thing.
How about a 49?
You are barely keeping up with his bleed damage, and you're rolling over twice as many die. I'm rolling 2d6 bleed, you're rolling 5d6 healing, and you're barely keeping up. 49 will hit. 49 will actually beat its CMD by 1.
Oh, then we'll push him into the wall and send him prone.
Okay.
20, so 13 damage?
Yes, 13 damage to him. And that's your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Brings us to Oran.
I will 5-foot step here.
Okay.
He probably can still reach me there, can't he?
Well, don't forget he's prone. So,
Can a prone person take an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
yes, we're very familiar with this, yes.
So dumb. So first thing I'm gonna do is activate my ring of foe focus. Wait. No, that's a standard action, isn't it? To activate that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't like that. Never mind. I don't want to do that yet.
Okay. Then don't.
I'm gonna cast defensively, and I'm gonna cast heal on myself.
Okay.
Wow, were you that low?
Yeah.
Is a what spell? 5th, 6th?
6th.
6th. So that is a DC 27
Okay.
to cast defensively.
So that's a concentration, right?
Yes. Concentration check, DC 27 for a 6th level spell.
If you lose that spell, that's gonna suck.
36.
Oh my goodness gracious,
36.
nice roll.
You're able to cast it.
Yay! That's 150 healing. Just barely pulls me back up to max health.
You're good as new.
Yeah, I was
Hey.
down 140 hit points.
Wow.
I had taken some damage. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that is a standard action. You could 5-foot step at this point, but again, it doesn't really
I'm good.
change the dynamics here. So, all right. Brings us to the top of round 10. Jessup, you can see that the troop has started to form at the base of the steps now. But again, you're pretty confident that they're not going to get through that gate anytime soon. And it is your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whoa, I totally zoned out. You said Kieran, right? I thought you said Gideon.
I said Jessup.
No,
Oh,
so just
Jessup.
Jessup.
Oh my goodness.
What is happening to you?
The visions!
I don't know.
The visions of
Jason, would I know from the explosion of that guy? Do I know it's exactly 20 feet or thereabout?
You would have been able to see, like, you were at the edge of it and you were about 20 feet away.
Okay. So Jessup will move here. Yes.
Moves just out of range so it can hit all his allies.
Darn right, I'm gonna.
That's so messed up.
Well, if I don't take him down, someone else is going to.
I don't know why, but my brain interpreted that like measuring of the line as like incredibly sheepish. Like, oh, sorry guys, you'll all die.
Why should I take damage? I mean, I still have this pristine overcoat of resilience here. Pew! 39.
39 will hit.
Pew! Oh, I don't know if it makes a difference. Is it 4 lesser? Because I'm attacking a prone target, but
Actually, it's
it's
it'll
4
still
higher
hit.
at your end. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I didn't say, but I arcane strike, swift action, still maintaining performance. So I did 7 damage.
Okay. All right. That brings us to Kieran.
All right, now it's my turn. Kieran is going to I'll 5-foot step here just in case. Oh, no, now I'm in front of Jessup. Okay, hold up.
If the other two didn't move, then Jessup would still have a different square that he could target. But
But am I blocking Gideon?
You're not blocking me. No, I attacked on my turn. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
If you want to move there, Kieran, I can always 5-foot step down on square next turn. Doesn't matter.
Well, I don't need to 5-foot step there. I just thought I was blocking somebody, but I will go ahead and just full attack. Then
Okay.
36
Yep.
as my first attack, 46 as my hasted attack.
Yep.
And iterative is a 34.
All right,
Yep.
get those reflexes ready to go.
Goodness, when the number is green, it's so hard for me to see.
Are you colorblind?
yeah, she's got
No,
that
I-
nail pattern colorblindness.
Nail
That's what that's called.
Nail pattern colorblindness.
Isn't there like a colorblindness that's mostly like male?
Yes, it's red green, but still, that's not what it's called. It's not.
It'd been a little funner if he was like male pattern color baldness.
It's red. It's called red-green colorblindness.
Oh,
It's
I thought it had a
more
cooler
common.
name.
Nope.
That's too funny.
I know from now on it is male pattern color
Male
blindness.
pattern.
I personally prefer that term.
We're all gonna overlook the fact that he called Sarah a dude too, but
That's alright.
That's okay. I mean, she's playing a man, so.
So first damage is 20, second damage is 25 damage, and third damage is 19.
All right.
That's my turn.
Okay. Brings us to the golem's turn. The golem is going to. He's sort of mindless. He's just going to keep going at.
I have done nothing to provoke this.
That is true. At this point, you have kind of basically lost aggro. He is going to go after Kieran then.
I don't know. He is mindless. Does he even understand the concept of aggression? Probably not.
oh man, I know people who have no intelligence to know the concept of aggression. I can do this all day.
So he takes a -4 attacking from prone.
He doesn't stand up.
What?
No, he's just going to the attack, yo.
There's full round toddler thrashing.
Toddler thrashing.
Because it's still a 40 to hit even with the penalty. There's no reason to stand up when you can.
Yeah, because an intelligent creature, he doesn't want it to provoke 3 attacks of opportunity, which is fair. I'm not going to bash that. I'll take the
his
-4.
programming says attack the guy who hits you. It doesn't say stand back up.
I mean, I would argue a non-intelligent creature would want to stand up, not knowing he's going to be clubbed.
Oh yeah. What sophisticated programming Skullum has. The set of instructions were really well calculated.
Yeah. So it's a 40 and a 30 to hit.
So the 40 hits tentatively,
Okay, so
and the 30 misses.
So it hits an image and then the second one misses.
Wow, you're getting some mileage out of that, Sarah.
Yeah,
All right.
for real. But now it's all going to HP.
Now it's Gideon's turn.
It's okay. When I kill it, just cast mirror image again.
Huh. Okay. After I die.
Oh, is it gonna be that bad?
It might.
Doesn't Kieran have like the most health in our entire group?
By and
Yeah, I
large.
still have 172 HP.
Oh,
Yeah.
shut up!
Yeah.
That's exactly how many I have. It's
Over here, like, yeah, after I die, I'm like, says the most like healthy party member we have.
Sadly, Josh will not be able to keep that hit dice roll when he
Yeah,
levels
that
up
was-
next.
gorgeous. I hit the wrong button.
So because it's prone, all 3 of those will hit. All 4 of those will hit. So that's what? 10 plus 11 plus 10 plus 11, so 42?
42 damage, baby.
All right.
With that, the golem will burst into a explosion of shards, and I need everybody to give me a reflex save.
Oh no, Kieran, I'm sorry.
Except for Jessup. Jessup, you're fine.
I'll be fine.
Jessup probably
20.
would have been fine even if he was in the area, to be honest.
Man, I am rolling just rocks on these reflex saves. I mean,
Oh. I'm sorry, no. I read Josh's. Mine's a 16.
Mine's a 20.
25.
Yeah, so Gideon gets a 20, Kieran gets a 16, Oran gets a 25. So Kieran, you'll take full damage. The other 2 will take half. So Kieran, you take 44
Actually-
damage.
Can I roll my
You're what?
saving finale?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to use the saving finale, Kieran, if you want to try it again. And then you'll get your +2 bonus on top of that because you failed the first time.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. 33.
Yay!
So I appreciate that. That was very much helpful. So now I'll take 22 minus 10, 12.
Yep. So Oran, you'll just take 17 because of the 5 DR.
Yep.
The other 2 of you will take 10. No, sorry, not 10. So you saved, so it's 22 minus 10, 12. So Kieran and Gideon both take 12 damage because the DR takes away some of that. And because you saved, there's no bleed damage applied here.
Okay, so the 12 did factor in.
Yeah, so you take 12 damage to your HP rather than going up by like 30 HP somehow.
Oh,
You went from like 172 to like full health.
yeah, you were doing the damage. I had swift action healed up with Divine Touch.
Okay.
And I just rolled good. I took the first roll, the lower one.
Okay. All right. And with that, the other golem is destroyed.
Nice.
The four of you find yourselves in this chamber alone now, though there is like a horde of hobgoblins outside trying to get into the gate. You see that they're not really making a whole lot of progress. You can only have like 4 or 5 people trying to open the gate at a time, and none of them are individually as strong as you guys were, so you don't think that they're going to really have a whole lot of luck here. You maybe move out of the way or close the door just so that they can't start volleying arrows through the gate at you. But by the time you do that, you all notice something rather ominous here. As you're closing the door to this chamber so that they can't shoot at you, you see that the red ring around the gate begins to spread in little lines and tendrils, and it turns an ominous, sickly green, and the entire tower begins to pulse a green color.
That's not good.
And it's a slow pulse at first, but it seems like it's speeding up. Anyone who would like...
We're going to get teleported back.
This is not good.
Yep.
Anyone who would like can roll me a Knowledge Arcana or Spellcraft check.
26.
Do we want to aid or?
I just rolled mine straight.
I'm gonna roll to aid. Does the one that you choose affect the information you get?
No.
Okay. I can aid someone's spellcraft, maybe, and Arcana, less maybe.
I was gonna roll Arcana because I guess it doesn't matter which one I roll, but Arcana's technically a little higher, and I got advantage right now.
Okay.
I have a higher Arcana because of my heightened awareness, so I'll just roll my own.
Okay, I'll just roll advantage on my own.
I will try to aid Arcana on whoever has the highest.
I don't know if it works that way, does it?
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
With an 8.
Oh gosh, that was terrible.
So we have a
Six.
we have a 26 from Oran, an 8 from Gideon, so that's not going to do anything. A 26 from Jessup.
Oh, sorry, I didn't roll.
What's Kieran going to get?
40.
Holy,
Okay.
There's your 40 plus there. All right, Kieran. Back when Oran was scrying, he had described to the best detail he could kind of the symbols that he saw on the wall of the control panel, but he didn't get a very good glance. So you didn't get a whole lot of information from that. However, you're looking around and trying to piece all this information together. 1, you think the red line around the gate was an alarm spell. 2, the fact that it's pulsing throughout this whole chamber, maybe you cast like a detect magic or something just to like get an idea of what's going on. You get the sense that some sort of self-destruct sequence has been triggered.
Oh.
The tower is currently ticking down to an implosion. Judging by the frequency of the pulses and how fast they're currently speeding up, you think that it will occur in less than a minute.
Fudge.
You think this is being triggered by the control panel at the top of the tower. If you are able to manually stop whoever is proceeding with this self-destruct sequence, you can halt it, or at least, slow it down. You're not sure the details. You might have to go in there and maybe try to roll a check to see if you can manually reverse the process, but you do not think you have very much time. You are on a extraordinarily quick timetable right now.
Okay.
So we're going to stay in initiative order, and you don't have time to really discuss this outside of initiative order. So we're going to just start right up at the top of the round. So Jessup, you're up first. We're going to say that Kieran has relayed the information that he believes this is some sort of self-destruct sequence. You have a few rounds at most.
Real quick, would you say 2 or 3 rounds pass between the end of that last combat to remaining in initiative now? 1 round, ticking down some buffs here.
It would be 2 rounds because you would have had to move up to the door, close it, and then from there you would have had to observe the pulsing for at least 2 rounds to really get an idea of that.
Including those 2 rounds, what is our current round of combat?
I have to manually cycle through 2 rounds. Okay, so we're on the top of round 14 right now.
So
We have 10 rounds total?
We've got 10 rounds total and 2 rounds left on haste.
Well, less than a minute.
Oh.
So
Sorry, for my benefit, the top of the tower is not this other map. It's something else.
no, that's the other map. You basically the control panel that Oran saw through the commander's eyes is in the room with the table up there.
Oh, okay. My mind went totally sci-fi control panel, like computer.
Well, it kind of looks like
screens.
that. It's like it's got arcane sigils and spheres and glyphs on the wall, and they're glowing. So, all right. Like I said, round 14, Jessup, you're first.
All right. What does the blue hobgoblin have on him for loot? I guess so. We know there's nothing in this room we really have to care about at the moment, correct? We know we have to go upstairs, basically.
You have no idea what's in the rooms, but you know that you don't have.
Yeah,
a whole lot of time to find out.
I don't think we have time to look through the door.
Yeah, we know we have to go up. Well, yeah, okay. So I guess Jessup will we gotta go. So he'll run as much as he can.
Okay.
So just double move, I suppose.
All right.
Or run, I guess.
Well, you can't run around corners, so double move would be better than run here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Let me just see what my move was again. Speed of 30. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I get there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna drop performance, so it'll linger.
All right. That brings us to Kieran.
All right, and we said haste is no longer on.
We have 2 rounds.
Oh, 2 rounds. We're level 16. Okay. So I have 90 feet of fly, and then with haste, it's 120 feet, I think.
Oh boy.
Okay.
This is going to be real scary, though, because I will get... So that's 65, and that comes out here?
Yeah.
Okay, so then 65, that's 105, 130... Oops, I only 120, so... right there. So 120. That's just one move.
Okay.
And then I will start moving this way. Do I see anything here?
Okay, so this is the chamber that the commander went through this northern gate. You don't know what's through this other gate, and by gate I mean door. But there's really nothing in this chamber. It's just an entryway between these 2 doors. However, as you rush up here, the only other thing in here was that continual light glass fixture up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
As you arrive at the top of the stairs here, you see a magical burst from that like glass bulb as a ray of green courses out towards you. And I'm going to roll a ranged touch attack.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
That is a 28 against touch.
Oh yeah, by far.
All right, so that will hit. I need you to give me a fortitude save.
Yeah, this is going to be important.
It wasn't death save, was it? Or the death spell?
It might be. It probably is. Probably like Finger of Death. All right, so fortitude save is an 18. It's a natural 2, guys, so
18
you might
is
come
going
up
to
and
fail.
see Kieran dead on the floor.
Oh, wonderful.
As you are hit by an empowered disintegrate spell.
Oh,
Oh
That was
no!
only a death spell. Good lord.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't come back from this.
You will be taking 30d6 plus 50%.
I need a DM ruling here.
No.
Okay.
I've got an ability that is a class feature, and I don't know if I need line of effect or not on it. You want me to just whisper you the text?
Sure. I'm almost 100% sure whatever it is, it almost definitely is going to need line of sight or line of effect.
Okay.
But we'll see what the wording is here.
It is an obscure pinky toe ring that he bought for 30 gold pieces at Grand.
Well, Kieran, I'm glad I delayed that shrapnel damage on your face.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think you'd have to be aware of it.
Disintegrate doesn't consume all the items on the person, right?
Any creature reduced to 0 or fewer hit points by this spell is entirely disintegrated, leaving behind only a trace of fine dust. A disintegrated creature's equipment is unaffected.
Oh, good. So the bag of holding will still be there. Good.
Yeah, so you'll still have the stuff.
Aw.
So again, 30d6 plus 50%. I have rolled the damage, and I'm debating on whether or not I should make you wait until next week to find out what happens.
Oh no,
That's
you should
No, no.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know.
No! Tune in next time
Do
to
it.
see if Kieran is Thanos.
Or you could say the damage, and I will not say whether I'm dead.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Oh yeah, because you guys can't see each other's HP.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, technically, I know how much HP that Kieran had left Because Sarah said it earlier.
That's what
But
you think.
things have happened since then, so.
Yeah. So you probably have less.
So let me just find out what the plus 50% is. Not
Or you could GM whisper to me the amount.
No,
and then they wouldn't
don't.
know any pieces of information.
Don't. You're just gonna tell her
Alright.
offline anyway.
So, Kieran, you are hit by this empowered disintegrate spell and you fail the DC. You will be taking 156 points of damage.
Oh. Oof.
Uh-huh.
That's close.
It's gonna be close. Kieran was
That's
at like
close.
170 something before the damage from the golem.
And
Yeah.
if I hit 0, like my con doesn't apply, right?
Correct. If you're reduced to 0 or less, you are immediately disintegrated. There's no negative HP involved here. So,
We'll see you next week.
that is the damage that Kieran will take. And the other 3 of you will find out if Kieran is dead or not next week.